There we go. I always make that mistake. How you doing, everyone? Happy Friday. We've made it again. What is everybody up to? I've literally, finished work. Had a couple of beers with a mate that's moving back to Derby. And thought I'd come and see you guys. I know I didn't do one last week. I was absolutely shot to bits after go-karting on Thursday. I drove back, got back late on Thursday. And by the time Friday come around, I was toast. How's everyone doing? I've got a couple of early comments. Chris, the main man, how you doing, mate? Oi, what's happening? Hope you're good, Marco Polo. I'm in hospital, mate. What? So can't join tonight? Gutted. Have a good weekend, though, ladies and gentlemen. Heart attacks ain't good. Chris, mate, I'm going to message you on Instagram in a minute. I'm sure you're not messing about, mate. Get well soon. My dad had a heart attack. It was one of the scariest things he's ever had happen to him. But yeah, mate. Get on the mend, mate. Sorry to hear that, mate. I hope you're well. As well as you can be after a heart attack, I suppose. Let's turn this light down because it's very, very bright, isn't it? Let's do that level. Wow, there we go. There we go. Mate. Hope you're all right. What's everybody drinking? I am just about to crack open a London Beer Factory Daydreamer. I got it in Tesco's ages ago. It's been lurking at the back of the fridge. I thought, come on and come upstairs and get on the stream with me. But yeah, how's everyone's week been? Everyone's week been good? What's mine been like? Mine's been all right. Bit of a weird one. Some idiot hit my van. My van was parked up. I got a VW transporter for work. Some idiot hit it and drove off. So I was kind of like trying to chase a mystery vehicle around my town for about 3 days. Couldn't find them. 500 quid excess on the insurance as well. Minging. Not looking forward to that. We've just had the boiler replaced as well. Car service and repairs. That was just, it's been a spendy 2022 and we didn't plan on it. But yeah, how's everyone doing? Get in the chat if you're in. Hello. Let us know you're here and we can have a chat. I'm just about to go in for this session IPA. I don't think I've got my taste. I've got a bit of a cold. I've had a sty up on my eye as well. That's just gone down. But not been, don't know, been feeling a bit under the weather. Got my taste a little bit. That's not too bad. Jack Bandit says, that's annoying. Mate, you ain't wrong. Just come back to me. Like, I can't even remember. I don't even know where it happened. It could have been in 3 or 4 different spaces where I was those for the first couple of days. And then got to a job on Tuesday and saw like all the front end was like scratched up and dented. I was like, mate, because it's a VW, like I said, it's a VW transporter, and they're just like everything on them is ridiculously expensive. They busted the headlight. I think a new headlight is about 300 quid. Not looking forward to that one, I can tell you. But yeah, how's everyone's week been? Has everyone's week been good? Obviously, like I say, mine's been a bit weird. But yeah, let me know how your week's been. But yeah, this is the first stream obviously since go-karting as well. We went myself. I joined Lord's Brewing Company go-karting team, Tom the Crummy Beard, Paul's Beer Reviews, and obviously John from Lord's. We got assigned a celebrity YouTuber influencer driver, and we ended up getting Steve Alvarez Brown, who's Super GT, does a load of sim racing. Turns out he's very handy in the go-kart. If you haven't seen the video, go and watch it. It was a brilliant day. We raised quite a few, quite a decent chunk for who was it? It was Movember and the Brain Tumor charity. But yeah, fantastic day. It was all organised by Motormouth Podcast. They smashed it. Absolutely brilliant. Fantastic day, yeah. And like I say, it raised a few quid. And we ended up go-karting in the snow. It was proper blizzards. They had to stop the race because there was so much snow. Like literally, you're driving on slick tyres. But yeah, and if no one knows, obviously Chris is a regular in the chat on a Friday night. I think Chris has been in hospital. So yeah, he might be watching. He might not be. He did say he might not be, just because of the way it works. But get in the chat and just let him know. Wish him well. That's rubbish. Jack Bandit says, when I lived in the city, I had some whack job. When I lived in the city, I had some whack job kick the living piss out of my car and all the other cars on the block. What? Where do you live, Jack? I'm sure I've asked you this before, but where do you live? I've got loads of family out in Chicago. Got a couple of members of my family down in Arkansas. Where else? Arizona. Disco's in. Hello, mate. There he is. Evening, lovely people. Disco. Disco, do you want to come on? If you do want to come on, mate, I'll get you in there. I'll send the link to you anyway. You can do as you please. Where are we? Where are we? I'm just like a technological Egypt. Resco Disco. Why have I not got... I'll have to search for you now. Rasco Disco beer review. Sorry, mate. I'm gonna have to like manually type this. QHUXY 9BH. Just realised I was reading that out. Actually, loads of randoms joining now. I'm just going to skip to this one. Chris says, "Yeah, Mark. Last message tonight. I'm doing okay, but never felt pain like it. Sharp sudden pain in my left shoulder. The next thing, now I'm on the deck. Hopefully, be back Friday." Oh, mate. I'm not 100% sure, but I'll be better next week, hopefully, mate. Send you all my love, Chris. Honestly, I am. Yeah, sorry to hear that, mate. For those that don't know, Chris looks like he's had a heart attack this week, and he's in hospital. So send Chris some love in the chat, because he's going through a bit of a rough time at the moment. He's followed that with nice one. Disco, mate. Hope you're good. There you go. Yeah. Right. Get back on task. There's Disco and Jack Gannett says he's in Milwaukee, Wisconsin. I skied in Wisconsin. I skied Cascade Mountain in Wisconsin, if that rings a bell. If you ski, you must ski. Living up there, you must ski. Disco says, "Sorry to hear that, Chris. All the best for the return to full match fitness, buddy." Yeah, I think we all echo that, mate. Yeah, thinking of you, Chris. Absolute Bedlam said, "How are we doing, fella?" Hello, mate. I've been talking to Absolute a little bit this week. Yeah. He's got some. He has some good guests. So it's Absolute Bedlam is obviously a podcast. Go and check him out. He has some bloody good guests on. I was having a little look through his past guests. I was like, "Oh, fair play." Tom Stocks is in. Oh, how you doing, Tom? Hope you're well, mate. What's everyone drinking? I've just cracked open a supermarket special from Tesco. The London Beer Factory Daydreamer, a New England Session IPA. I can't really taste too much because I feel like I'm a bit ill, a bit run down, I think. But yeah, it's all right from what I can taste. Jack Bandit says, "Get better, Chris. Sounds scary." Yeah, does it ever? Tom Stocks says, "Chris, hope everything gets better, mate." Fair play. Awesome people. Awesome people. Blah, blah, blah. Jack Bandit says, "Yep, Cascade isn't far." We had a good day there. It worked. I don't know if it was worth the trip. We drove hours, 4 hours each way from down south of Chicago, where all my family are. It was literally a ski hill, isn't it? It's like, I believe it's 1 or 2 lifts. But yeah, it was good. Absolute says, "Hell yeah, you hooked me up, dude." Oh, mate, no dramas. Absolute's going to have John from Lord's Brewing Company on at some point. I think it's June. But yeah, there is John from Lord's will be on Absolute Bedlam's podcast. Thank you so much, dude. Every listen helps. Not sponsored by Tesco. Closer to Madison. Okay, that's the place in Wisconsin. Fair play. Absolute Bedlam says, "I need to get some beer soon." Yeah, I've kind of had this thing, mate. I was like, well, I haven't really got my taste and smell. It's not COVID, don't worry. I took a test and everything's fine. It's just weird. It's cold. I looked and I've got all this beer. I must have well over 100 bottles and cans. And I'm looking through and going, what am I not that bothered about? What can I drink tonight? What I'm not that bothered about? And I made a decision on 3 things. And tell me if I've got this right, because some of you would have had these beers. I haven't had these beers yet. So tell me. Daydreamer. So I wasn't really too worried about that. Been out a little while. It's been in the back of the fridge for a little while. I thought I'd get rid of that. Side Eyes Pale Ale from Me Keller. I wasn't really too bothered about that. I'm not that bothered about Me Keller and all their controversy. And then I think I might have had this, but it might be why I'm not all that bothered. Treason by Windsor and Eton Brewery. Where's the logo? Where's the? There we go. Oh no, up the other way. God, it's a nightmare on camera. There you go. Windsor and Eton Brewery. I've got a little thing coming up. Windsor and Eton Brewery actually. Nice little special beer that's going to be coming out. I won't spoil it because you'll know exactly what I mean if I say it. But yeah, got a special beer coming. A nice, good review. Very topical review in the summer. Jack Howard says no notification. What? YouTube's funny, mate. Sometimes I'll get loads of people in at the start, and sometimes it'll drip in like it is today. But I don't mind. I just like talking to whoever's in. It doesn't. The numbers don't bother me too much. Absolute Bedlam says June or July, then you in November. Yeah, I'll go. Come on, mate. You know I will. I'm well up for that. Share the love, mate. Absolutely. Yeah, I'll come on. I think I already committed. Did we already fix a date? I feel like we fixed the date. It's in the diary anyway. Tom Stock says drinking Death Star Episode 2, feeling like Darth Vader. Chocolate, peanut, and caramel imperial stout, mate. That's good. Like supermarket stout levels. That's really good. And isn't it like £4 if you've got a club card or something? Which is insane for a 12% beer of that quality. Insane. Jack Bandit says he's laughing at me about the skiing hill. He said, not that many big hills in the Midwest. Do you cross-country ski? Mate, have you seen the size of my gut? I'm not cross-country skiing. This weight's good for dragging me down the hills. Absolute Bedlam says, I love a hazy IPA personally. I'll try anything though. Even Brewdog, haha. Scott from Scotland Wonders World absolutely hates them. Yeah, and there's not many people. I think with the quality of the beer, the way they've been going, and all this stuff that's come out over the past, probably over a year, maybe all that stuff come out. There's probably not a lot to like. In terms of Brewdog beer that I would buy and enjoy, there's only one really, and that is the Roaster Coaster Stout that was brewed in Ohio with them and Evil Twin Brewing. I think Evil Twin are in New York. I think more like Manhattan. But yeah, it's the only one I'll drink. All the others, I don't know. This is just tasting disappointment. Absolute Bedlam says, "Yeah, we've got a date, mate. It's all good, yeah, mate. I'm glad we have because my memory, my thing this week with the van getting smashed into and everything else." My head's gone. Totally gone. Stan the Man says, I'm stuck in work till 2 a.m. So have a great evening, everyone. Stan, you're always working. Do you work on the roads? Were you a civil engineer on the railways or something? I think you're a civil engineer, aren't you? But I just can't remember what you do. Absolute Benham says, you too, Stan. Too right. Tom Stock says, $4.50 with a club card. That's still not bad. That is still not bad. Remember, that's an imperial stout. So there's a good extra bit of duty or tax to pay on top of that. Not bad at all. Chocolate, peanut butter, and caramel is a good combination of stout. Can't go wrong, mate, can you? It's a Snickers bar, isn't it? Pretty much. I've just been told I'm loud by my wife. I'll tone it down a little bit. Where is the? There's the thing there. Jack Bandit's laughing. Do I like a stout then? Yeah, I do. I love a stout. I don't drink. If it's a stout, I won't crack a can of Guinness. I won't go in a pub and order a Guinness. But if it's I love a flavoured stout. I've got quite a sweet tooth. So like the sweeter stouts, like the milk stouts, the lactose sweet stouts are right up my street. Anything from that right up to what Tom Stocks is drinking, that Death Star Episode 2. That's very, very good. Very, very good indeed. But Absolute Bedlam, what you on? You're going to grab a beer, wouldn't you? What are you on, mate? What are you drinking? Jack Bandit's probably on something absolutely insane in America. Some mega hopped Sierra Nevada thing, I reckon. But yeah, let me just double check my Instagram. Neil Long, I don't know if Neil Long's in. Neil Long, are you in? He's just sent me a picture. So I talked about, did anyone watch my Adnam Spindrift video? If you didn't, that's fine, I'll explain it. But that was probably my first sort of craft beer. So when I first met my wife, I used to live in a tiny little village called Headcorn in Kent. When I first met my wife, she was living at the time in a flat in Ashford. And near that flat was a Tesco. And we always used to run into Tesco for bits and bobs. And I always used to buy, I started buying the, I can't remember what it was. It was like 3 for £5 deal they used to do. And all their kind of bottle, they're like 330 bottles and stuff like that. And this beer, Adnam Spindrift, if you can see it through the ring light, causing chaos, was the first one I bought, or the first one I tried, sorry. And it changed my mind. That was the beer that started like, bloody hell, is beer better than Foster's and Carling and stuff? And of course it is, but I didn't know it at the time. Then Adnam's just cut it dead. It was it's a blonde lager, I think, Spindrift. Adnams cut it dead, didn't want to do it anymore. And then just recently they put a poll out, and it was like, what beer would you like to bring? It was like out to the public, not that I saw it, and I only live about 15 miles from the Adnams brewery. Put a poll out. It was like, what beer would you like to see back in from like historical beers from the Adnams range? And they voted for Spindrift. So I went in my Adnams shop in my local town, spoke to my mate Tom in there. He was like, mate, he was like, I said, have you got any new beers, Tom? He was like, yeah, we've got this one called Spindrift. Have you had it? And I was like, mate, had it. I was like, that's the beer that started like all this mess. So yeah, I bought a can and done a review, and yeah, it's bloody lovely. Really, really nice. Absolute Bedlam says, I'll be on some stuff from Lord's Brewing soon. Haven't got anything in the house at the moment, unfortunately. Sorry, I'll have to leave. You don't have to leave, mate. What was I drinking? I was drinking alcohol-free beers on one live. I was like, I fancy a beer, but I don't want the alcohol. I want to talk to you guys. Hank's head's in shame. You're all good, mate. You're all good. Tom Stock says, not really into German beer that much, as I tried to get used to the taste, but I had the Franziskaner. It was banging. Yeah, mate, Franziskaner's lovely. The Erdinger Weiss beer is not as good as a Franziskaner. If you can get to a Tesco, Morrison's, try and grab some bottles of the Hofbrau Original Lager. It's in a 500ml bottle. It's about £2.50 a bottle, and it is banging. It's about 5.1%, I think. Unbelievable. Absolute Bedlam says, congratulations on 300 subs, by the way. Big milestone for you. Yeah, mate, it's huge. Like, huge. And if you're watching, like, not even if it's live, I just want to say thank you. Like, from the bottom of my heart, I really do mean it. Thank you. I don't know what I obviously don't earn any money for YouTube. It's not nowhere near that level yet. And I don't care if I ever do. I don't care. But I just wanted to put beer reviews out. I drink enough of the stuff. And I wanted to be a younger face on YouTube, if you know what I mean, because beer does bring sort of images of lots of sort of old men, camera members, and yeah, and the fact that people are watching and engaging with me, and like, just thank you from the bottom of my heart. Thank you so much. I didn't think 5 people would care, let alone 300. I remember when I got 100 subs, it was like it would have been when I met my cousin after Christmas, would have been about the 28th of December, I think, and I was just like blown away. But yeah, thank you so much. And if you haven't subscribed, consider hitting the subscribe button. And also, while I mention it, if you haven't hit the like button, please do, because what it does, that just pushes the stream out to more people, and then we get more people in, and I get to talk to more people, and you get to talk to more people. And we have a Londoner.
What's all this about old men drinking beer? What's that about? What are you trying to say, son?
You told me you're not that old, Disco. That's why I said it, mate. You're only 24, aren't you?
Yeah, I like to think so. Yeah, plus 120 months. How you doing, mate? Anyway, you good? I didn't really feel that old up until 2 years ago, but I don't know. I think it's taken out of me. I feel me kind of age now a little bit, but yeah, not too bad, mate. Not too bad for whatever.
Nice one.
Quiet beer tonight. What are you drinking?
I've got a bit of a cold, so I've kind of went in the fridge and thought I dodged all the good stuff, and I kind of went for stuff that I wasn't bothered about. So I'm currently on Daydreamer by London Beer Factory.
Oh, right, okay. I haven't seen them for a while. I know they've
and you're on the Earl Grey Lager IPA pale.
I'm not. No. I am on a big can of Brews Pale Ale.
Mate, that looks from that angle you were pouring, it looked like the Yeasty Boys Earl Grey IPA. Is it?
I know what you mean. Gun Matter Earl Grey. I think it's a yellow can, but my mashed potato computer. Yeah, I can see what you mean. Yeah, that's a yellow can, isn't it? But 500ml can from Dorset. Just a straight pale ale, no frills.
Where's it from in Dorset?
I think it's down by it's a place called Tarrant Hinton, and it's where the marchers came from. They marched up to London. The martyrs. Yeah, it's down near the coast.
Fair enough. Yeah, we got some friends down that way. We got some friends that live in
Blandford Forum as well. Yeah. I was thinking
that's exactly where our friends live. What is it? Monkey Face or Blue Monkey? What's it called? What's the brewery?
The brewery's just called Brew Shack.
Brew Shack, mate. My friends live in Blandford Forum. That's where they live.
Oh, okay, right. So it's down that way somewhere. Yeah. Hence the old joke. Where are they from? Blandford Forum in Dorset. Yes, I endorse it. I recommend highly. They're very good.
There we go. He's been in 2 minutes. He already cracked a joke. Right, let's get some comments. Jack Bandit says very close. Oh, I said Jack's probably because Jack lives in Milwaukee in Wisconsin. So I was like, Jack's probably drinking some ridiculously hopped IPA thing. And he said very close, drinking a 21 IPA from Summit, a Minneapolis-based brewery. This beer is a collaboration between 7 different brewers that use 7 different malts and 7 different hops, hence 21. Oh, that's mega, isn't it?
That would be far too much for me.
Oh, mate, it's probably about 8.5% as well.
Yeah.
Tom Stocks is bringing hair back to the beer community. I'll tell you what, when I'm on with John, Tom, and Crummy, I feel like donating some of this to them. Get some of it.
I know what you mean. Yeah.
He says he's on 50 subs and he's on cloud 9. Yeah, mate, honestly. I know I've had a massive helping hand. I mean, Disco, you've mentioned me a lot, so I've got to say thank you to you. And obviously, John from Lords, Tom the Crummy Beard, Paul's Beer Reviews, Simon from Real Ale Craft Beers mentioned me a lot. Like, yeah, thank you. Like, it's mega. Can't believe.
I mean, fair play. You've been putting out some interesting, enjoyable reviews and you've done some good stuff. So fair play. I mean,
thank you, mate.
I'd be insanely jealous as we're only just under 100. So. And you've come in, swept in, and just done some good beer reviews. So I can't odds it. Fair play. Do you know what I mean?
No,
it's all good.
I appreciate it, mate. I don't. I'll never stand here and say I'm a beer expert. I don't. I've done that. But I just try and give an opinion from my perspective. I'm never going to get as technical. I mean, Tom the Crummy Beer gets pretty technical, and Paul's Beer Reviews, he knows a lot. Obviously, he's got he's been doing it for ages. But just to give
I always use the term beer enthusiast because it sounds less like important.
That's so much better, isn't it? Yeah.
There's always something to learn. There's always something new coming along. So there's always something to learn. You're never going to know everything. I mean, a lot of people, some people do know a lot, but there's always something else to learn. Thank you, Kat. You're not the star
absolutely.
any more than me. So
absolutely. And on that subject, Neil says, congratulations on 300 subs. Well served. When did you know beer was the way forward? I've known for a long time now. Well, I thought anyway. But no, I'd thought about it. I was drinking a lot of beer, like a lot of bottle shop beer, and a lot of supermarket craft beer. And I've got the enthusiasm inside me, and I've done YouTube channels before doing this and that. And to be honest, my daughter was born, and I've been on a couple of lives because I won a beer competition from John, and I've been on a couple of lives with them boys. And I was like, you know what, I'm going to do it. It'll be good socially. Especially whilst my daughter was born, like I don't want to mention the word, but like the COVID lockdowns were still kind of, there was still a bit of that floating around, and it's just and I haven't taken it anywhere. I've just been riding it really, and it's just taken me somewhere. And there you go. That's pretty much it.
It becomes a little bit not addictive, but a little bit sort of like, oh, I could. You see a beer and you go, oh, I could talk about that, and I could do that on the channel and stuff like that. It becomes
absolutely like. I am a meal deal slut. I love a meal deal out of Tesco's or Morrison's or whatever. And it's funny because like whenever I get a meal deal, it sounds so sad to say, but I always like have a little look down the beer aisle. Just go and have a little look. Walk via the beer aisle to the checkouts. And like you say, you stand in there and you sort of look at it and you go, "Kolsch. They've got Paul Anna in here. They've got Hofbrau. Should I do a German lager video or something?" But that's the way it works, isn't it? It's funny how it works.
Yeah. Unfortunately, it means I've got far too many beers in the stash, and I'm struggling to get videos out. I just run out of time. Do you know?
I'm at risk. I mean, I've got a vocation. Was it called Triple Vision, the triple IPA that they did?
Yeah.
I've got a vocation Triple Vision sitting in the back of my fridge. That's been there. It must have been there for months, but. It's like it's a triple IPA, so they're like, I think it's about 10%, isn't it? That one, and it's like every new beer that I buy kind of supersedes it. So that's probably just going to be hot faded to hell. It's not going to really taste of anything.
Well, yeah, but I don't buy triples that much, and if I do, I've got an overtone one. And I only got it because it had disco in the name, but that's staying in the cupboard for a bit because I chew my way through it. Like,
they're hard work.
I know other people love it, so yeah, exactly.
Absolute bedlam to the age thing. Disco says I've been exposed. There you go. And he says, excellent, love this channel. Thanks, mate. And I need to get into your channel because I don't watch a lot of YouTube. I just don't watch a lot of YouTube. Between having a daughter and sort of run my own little business and
finding the time, innit? Yeah, everything.
Yeah, I'm terrible. I probably don't even sub back to half the people that sub to me. It's terrible. Captain Meat says, hello, mate. He says, 300 you media chasing slag. Congratulations, bro. Here's to 1,000. Not even going to think about it. Absolute Bedlam says, Dorset, hell yeah, that's right near me. Where do you live? I've never asked Absolute Bedlam. Where do you live, mate? I love Dorset. We'll often be, like I say, friends in Blandford Forum. We camped last summer at Corfe Castle. The previous year we camped, small little village outside of Dorchester, about 15-minute train ride. It's got a train. There's a train station on a train crossing there, but love it. Swanage, all the beaches at Swanage, and is it Studland Bay that's down there?
Yeah, with all the chalk cliffs and all that. Have you ever been to Steam? Have you been to the Steam Fair? Dorset Steam Fair.
I've not done the Steam Fair, but I have taken the steam train from Swanage to Corfe Castle and back.
Oh yeah.
That was a fantastic day. Yeah. But yeah, I absolutely love it down there. And the breweries, and you've got a lot of micro pubs and tap rooms down there as well, and bottle shops. You put my area to shame in that respect. There we go. He says he's 10 to 15 minutes away from Blandford. What's the? You might know then, Absolute Bedlam. What is the? Excuse me. What is it the Butcher's Dog, I think it's called. There's a couple of tap rooms. One's near Blandford called the Butcher's Dog or something. But what's the brewery in Blandford? Sorry?
Butcher's Hook, is it?
Is it the Butcher's Hook?
Or am I thinking of what? I might be thinking of the one in Bournemouth.
There are two, and the other one could be in Bournemouth. It could be the Butcher's Hook. The Butcher's something. But yeah, mega brilliant place. They had about 12 kegs on and some cask stuff. It was really good.
Yeah.
Bramble says, "Hello, mate. Welcome into the chat. Disco drinking a beer I thought you would appreciate. An Imperial Stout, 8%, 500ml bottle from Winkle Beer Company."
Okay. No, that's a new one on me, I have to say. But yeah, that's totally my thing, to be fair.
There we go.
Heavy Imperial Stout, 8%, but something I'll have a look at.
Yeah, definitely. I was just watching Chris's beer reviews live before coming on here, and he went up to North Norfolk. I think he's got family out here, and he'd got a bottle of Green Jack's Baltic Trader, the Imperial Stout. Green Jack are fantastic traditional brewer. I organise a beer festival, and we always have Green Jack beers there. Fantastic brewery. Tom Stocks is laughing.
Yeah, I had a couple of their beers when I stayed in Beccles once, and
mate, I'm literally 10-15 minutes from Beccles, literally. But yeah, really good, really good brewery. When you were in Beccles, did you go to a pub called the Geldeston Locks? That's down a lane. You drive. You're on a country lane, then you go down a gravel track for about a mile.
Oh no, I stayed in the town. I was only there for one. I was kind of passing through, and there was some kind of festival on. So there was a lot of drunken people outside a pub in the square, and then ended up in some little kind of club kind of bar. But I was drinking Green Jack in this kind of bar that was like a bit of a nightclubby thing.
Random.
It was a good night. Good laugh.
Great little town is Beccles. Jack's Bandits to his IPA says it's a sturdy 7%. Yeah, you guys don't muck around with your IPAs. We start calling IPAs. I think I've got one in the fridge. It's called an IPA and it's like 4.1%. Come on. Yeah. But Americans do punchy IPAs. Sharky says, sorry, I'm still trying to find a spot in the car park. There's no valet in the what car park, mate. It's not that posh. It's not that posh, Sharky. It's not that posh. And Captain says, just sub to Absolute Bedlam. Looking forward to watching your stuff. Slags. There you go. Nice one. And if you haven't subscribed to this chat that's on our screen now, are you Rasco Disco Beer Reviews on YouTube?
Yeah, Rasco Disco Beer Review, yeah.
Rasco Disco Beer Review. If you type in Rasco, there's not many channels with Rasco in the name. It pops straight up. Sharky says, we want more of Disco's cat.
Well, she does her own thing, really. She doesn't work on command, but she just gets in the way. She's sitting next to me cleaning. I've never seen a cat clean so much. I know they're pretty good, but she wakes up, cleans, goes out, comes in, sleeps, cleans, eats.
Dogs have, what is it? Dogs have owners, cats have slaves, or something. The saying is, isn't
Pretty
it?
much. Yeah. There
you go.
I didn't even
Absolute
want her. She just wandered up one day and stayed.
Really? Not.
Yeah. She walked up one Sunday morning, made a load of noise outside, gave birth to 3 kittens up in my front hedge, and just stayed.
Jesus Christ.
Genuinely, yeah. So it's like, well, okay, I suppose I better look after you then. Like she was all right. Like I gave her a bit of food and that, and then like moved her into the shed in the back gardens. Like she was chasing off foxes, like because we've got a lot of like urban foxes and that around here. So you put her in the shed, left the door open. Yeah, she raised the kittens. Like we fed them as well and that, and then we kind of got the kittens adopted. A couple of friends took the kittens and. She's kind of stayed, really.
Mega! I'm an animal. I'm an absolute animal lover. I love animals, so that would that grab onto my heart. I think if something like that happened to me.
Yeah, I'm softy. I like you then.
Yeah, mate, I'm terrible. Absolute Bedlam. So Sharky, good to see you. Sharky is always watching lives when he's meant to be at work. Not that I'm asking you to leave, Sharky, but you are a naughty so and so. No, saying that
works for.
Yeah, you're still at work. Captain Meat says, Mark, now 311. Thank you. Yeah, no, insane. Absolutely insane. Thank you to everybody that subbed in. I appreciate it. Here he is. Winner Reviews. Thomas says hi. It's funny because Thomas, I was on the phone to John from Lord's Brewing at the time, and I got an Instagram message from Thomas. He said, congratulations on the 300. I was like, what? And then literally about a minute later, YouTube notified me.
Thomas does like his numbers. Yeah. He does keep on top of the numbers.
Thomas, he's bang on it. Absolutely bang on it. Sharky says, congrats, Mark, on 3 million. One day, Rodney, one day. 311, well done. Thank you, Thomas. Brad Evans is in. Oi, hello, mate. Tom, the crummy beard, I'm so sorry. Not that you said you were going to come in, but I didn't even send you boys the code. Didn't even send it. I do apologise. You might not. Obviously, you might be in bed, but if you're not, I will share this right now to your faces. Boom! There you go. Tom had the Lagerlogs podcast on today. It was an entertaining live.
I had a look in. I was wondering around. I don't own a bow tie. Otherwise, I thought I was considering doing what Tom did, but I don't think you needed that at this time of night. Really.
It was so funny. I was watching it. It was like 5:20. Just got in from work, laying on the bed, having a cuddle with the dogs and my daughter. And I turned it on. And it was like, oh no, it wasn't. It was about 6 o'clock actually, because he started a bit later. And there's this geezer sitting there naked in a bow tie.
Yeah, I'm like, what have I missed? Are they on the shots already, or like how pissed are they?
Sharky said hello. Crummy is in. Hello, you absolute flip-flop sausage. I am a flip-flop sausage. Winner Beer Review says Stop Shark Homebrewing. There you go. Absolute Bedlam says, mate, meal deals are mega. They really are. They really, really are. And for £3, $3.50, it's not even worth making a packed lunch. But that's one fat. Because every time I go in, I obviously buy a Kit Kat Chunky Duo or a Boost Duo or something to go with the meal deal. It's got to be done, isn't it?
Well, no, not anymore. I found a cheap supplier of confectionery now online. So,
you might have to share that to my Instagram. DM me.
Yeah, well, I know you don't watch YouTube, but I got a video about it yesterday where I got a box of winter spice Twix. They're all out of date like this month, so they were 20p each. So I got a whole box of them. they're absolutely spot on, delicious, like gingerbread Twix. It's brilliant, and a load of crisps and stuff as well.
Right, now we've got quite a few people in. I know a lot of you will know Chris, Chelsea supporter, Scottish Chris. He messaged me straight away. He's in hospital. It looks like he's had a heart attack. Wow. So if you could send Chris some love. That'd be awesome, because I think he's probably a little bit worried, a little bit under the weather. So send him some.
I didn't see that, but I just saw he said he had a pain in his shoulder. But heart attack's a bit more.
Send him some love. Here we go. Tom Stock says meal deal slut trending worldwide. I just love a meal deal. What can I say? If you hack it and you get like the coconut war, that's like £2.50 on its own. Jack Bandit says, I feel the best beer reviewers translate well. Simon is skillful, but I do think you are too. You can't assume you're speaking to a specific demographic, but rather all beer drinkers. Yeah, I think that's it. And I'm honest. Like, I'm not gonna start talking about, yeast, different yeast strains and how that affects flavour, because I just don't know that yet. And one day I will, maybe. And if I don't, I don't.
Absolutely, yeah. That's what we've always done as well, pretty much.
Well, right. Sharky says, "Stop what, Thomas?" Brad Evans says, "Feel like car park Mark has had its day. You will now be known as Meal Deal Mark."
Probably will now,
mate. If you want to coin that, that's fine, and I will bombard Discord with my meal deal choices every single day. I did even include. I've done a Morrison's when Morrison's done this 4 for 3 deal. When I've done that video in my van, I did show you my meal deal there, didn't I? Crummy says, "Why is no one in this stream only wearing a bow tie?"
I thought about it. I do own a bow tie, actually. I don't know if I've got it.
We'd like to see it, Disco. Give everyone what they want.
I haven't got a clue where it is if I've still got
it. Captain Meat says, I met Mark in Liverpool, and he has an entourage. You have to speak to his people before him. You can't look at him, and you have to call him Lord Drury. Lovely guy. It's a Sir Drury, actually. Paul, but no, but yeah, we had a blast in Liverpool, didn't we? Sharky says, Brad Evans, he added the meal deal kiosk in the car park. Sharky, I don't think you guys over there don't have pre-packaged sandwich meal deals. America's widely known as the greatest country in the world. You're missing something important.
But Sharp, he has Google, so he knows what you're talking about.
Yeah, he's got to. Absolute Bedlam says, thanks for subbing, Captain Meats. And Jack Bandit has asked, what is your profession, Mark? I hope you don't mind me asking. I am an electrician. That is very, very boring. That's about it. Brad Evans is laughing at Sharky. And the lager logs are in. Good evening, folks. Hello, Thomas Stew. Hope you're well, mate. I did like watching you boys. Like you. It's funny. I think someone said, who was it? Was it David Wilson said, you two are so similar, but how did you meet? It was a question towards the end of Tom's stream. And yeah good dynamic. Did you see it, Disco? You did, didn't you?
I did, and it was a longer explanation. It turned out to be than like if you'd asked me and Rasco how we met. We got a long old story, but yeah.
There you go. But
some random stuff. Brilliant.
It was funny stream. I was laughing all the way through anyway. Absolute Bedlam says, I live in Weymouth, right near Dorchester. Yes, Weymouth.
Yeah.
Portland Island. I go there every summer. I love it in Portland. Is it Chesil Beach? Beautiful place.
Yep. The Isle of Portland.
Go to the pub. Is it called the Smugglers Inn or something? On Portland Island, just by the water break. They do it's right on the edge of it's right on the seafront, and you kind of walk out onto the concrete promenade from there.
Yes, I've only been once. We didn't stop for the pub in Portland.
But brilliant place. Love it down there. He says he lives in Weymouth, right near Dorchester. Corfe Castle is one to go to. It's a National Trust place, mate.
Yeah,
it's
what's left of it. What's left of it?
There's a massive sheer side, isn't there? That's just standing. And you think that's one hurricane from going over. Yeah. Neil Long says, "Hello, gents. Congratulations on your 300 subs, mate. Thank you, Neil Long. And hello to you too, sir." Sid Cannon, hello, mate. I found Vocation's Triple Red to be really good, but they don't seem to make it anymore. Better than Triple Vision. I never had Triple Red. Did you, Disco?
I didn't, no.
There you go. But Vocation, a bit of a funny one for me. I don't know what it is about Vocation, and I kind of I alluded it because I had the same thing with like Mad Squirrel. I know Mad Squirrel are good, and I know Vocation are good, but I'm just not drawn to them. I don't know what it is. I don't put no explanation. It's obviously branding or something, but
I think Vocation. I've always been quite into their stouts more so than the IPAs. I think mostly because the first one I remember from Vocation, I don't know if did you see that Breakfast Club? I think it was originally a collab with Yeasty Boys. It was that blueberry waffle stout, and it was absolutely immense. It was like one of when I was starting to get more into craft beers. It's probably one of the earliest sort of adjuncty kind of stouts I remember being. Oh, hang on a minute, this is pretty good. And then they brought out another version of it as well. So I remember Vocation from a while back, but it's one of those that I kind of like, I know they'll be there, but I look at other people ahead of them because there's other stuff. There's so much stuff about, it's like sport for choice, especially now.
And It's it, and I know I rave about them a lot in my reviews, but it's even like Northern Monk. I think they're probably consistently for me, for my part. I know it's each their own, but I think they're the most consistent in terms of putting good beer onto supermarket shelves at good prices. I don't know if North are a close second, in my opinion, but for me, it's Northern Monk. I've
And
never
probably
done
then vocation behind that.
and vocation are behind that,
Yeah,
but I've never done an order into Northern Monk. It's almost like I can get them in the supermarket, so my brain kind of thinks, well, I don't want to. I don't know. It's weird because the Patrons Project stuff's insane. What I've heard.
It is. I got an order in from them right at the start of lockdown because they did that roly poly beer. They did that 2 years ago as a April Fool's Day special that actually became it. So I ordered that from them with the brown ale one as well. That's the one that's now in Morrison's. Like, you got that one, haven't you? So have you tried that one yet? The roly poly.
No, it's sitting there waiting. That's going to be one for the weekend, I think.
Yeah, it's good. You know, when you get these kind of gimmicky things, you have to have something in the can that's worth. Do you know what I mean? All the hype and I think it's quite decent. That was quite. I don't know about this current iteration for supermarkets, but it's worth a look. Yeah.
But the thing is with Northern Monk, you know it's going to be decent. Like, it might not be the level of the old Jam Roly Poly, but I didn't have the old. I've got nothing to compare it to. So I'm going in with a fresh set of eyes, a fresh tongue, if you like. You know, and Northern Monk just don't let you down. Absolute Bedlam says, yeah, we've got a few tap rooms. Yeah, you have. I don't think is there many craft beer places in Weymouth? I tried to look when I was there. I don't think there is.
Been for a while.
Crummy says, the Lagerlogs, has Tom finished his laundry yet? Captain Meat says, absolute Bedlam. This is what we do in this crazy beer tube world. Do a live stream and we will come. Yeah, kind of is the way it is. That is kind of true. Absolute Bedlam says, I only know the tap room in Crossways in Dorchester. There's also a company called Jurassic Brewing. Are they they're more trad though, aren't they? They do more traditional beers, if I remember rightly. I've had
a little bit more, beer. Yeah, a little bit more. You got Dorset Brewing Company as well, are pretty good.
Dorset, and then I'm trying to think what I was drinking. There were so many. I went to a bar called All Hail Ale in Bournemouth.
Oh yeah,
that was excellent. Really good craft bar. 10 keg lines. Huge selection of stuff in the fridges. That was really good. But whatever this Butcher's Hook one or whatever it was called in, I think it was Blandford. They've got two, like I say. That was really worth a look. Lagerlog says, I hope so. I heard his missus is coming home first, the first time in a week, so he might just be wearing the bow tie in preparation for homecoming. Well, you never know. You never know. Literary you, really. Well, there you go. Sharky's put your channel link in. Thank you, Sharky, for that, mate. Yeah, like I say, if you don't know who that chap is there, that's Disco from Rasco and Disco. Like I say, I say it all the time. The strangest pairing of two blokes, but it works, and it's got this like really unique dynamic. Their channel, much like the Lagerlogs, actually. But yeah, go and have a look. They're good. They're good guys. Captain Meat says, absolute Bedlam. Just had a quick look and mates with Ashens, you dirty slags. God knows, it's probably a film reference. I've seen about one film in my life. Crummy Beer says, the Lagerlog, that somehow makes me less comfortable. Yeah, that's weird, isn't it? Absolute Bedlam says, hello, Crummy Beer, how's life, mate? Crummy says, all good. Brad Evans says, Crummy, how are you in Dicko Corner? Any plans to go to Scotland soon? Now the weather's picking up. He'll be up there, mate. I had a good look around I saw Crummy obviously at the go-kart and had a good look at his van. He's well kitted up for doing some Scottish trips in that.
Yeah, stuff.
Yeah. Are you much of a camper, Disco? Have you been out in the wilds and
I used to be. Yeah, I used to be I'm mostly at festivals, music festivals and stuff like that. But I've done a fair bit. Not so much recently, obviously, but it's something I like. Mostly because it's fairly cheap. If you just got a tent, you can just pitch up anywhere. You got a bit of tie to hotels and stuff like that. Yeah.
No, that's fair, mate. That's fair. Captain Meat says, Jaws, sorry, not asked. How is the hero? Is your dad okay? Sid says, hello, Thomas. Thomas says, hi, Sid. Excuse me, I've got a bit of a cold. Cromie says, I'm in bed rocking some fudging incredible Cookie Monster pajamas. Winner Beasley says, Thomas, where's my link? Mate, just put it in the chat if you want to put your channel link in. That's cool, good, mate. And the Lagerlog says, Tom is a wild card. Can't help but love that boy. Yeah, mate, he's probably perfect for a podcast. No two podcasts are going to be the same, are they?
Yeah.
Luke John Frost is in. We love your disco. We do. We love your disco. We do.
Luke, you're a good man, sir. Thank you.
And then Bramwell's put, oh, disco, we love you. There you go. You got a fan club.
That sounds a bit like a football song, but I do have a bit of a trouble with football songs because when we go, sometimes if we're doing well, a lot of the fans sing "Let's all have a disco," and that kind of worries me a little bit.
Just got 20,000 fans knocking at your front door, exactly. Waiting to have a go on you.
One at a time, lads. One at a time.
The biggest and best Australian from Western Australia that now lives in Victoria is in the chat. Travis Wilson, hope you're well, mate. Says, a bit slow this morning, buddy. Few beers had last night. We were loading up the fire with a 5-ton excavator. I did see the picture. Travis sent me this massive, it was like bonfire night, honestly, this huge bonfire. It was more than a fire, it was huge. But yeah, I did try and call Trav at about 8:30 his time. But yeah, he's absolutely slaughtered, I imagine. Absolutely slaughtered. Captain Meat says, Chris, what the fudge, mate? I hope you get better soon. Take care. And you need to get better so we can talk about Trent being better than Reece. Thinking of you, buddy or baby. So Chris, that's normally in the chat, Scottish Chris with the Chelsea badge. He was actually in the stream the other day, on the screen talking. Chris has had a heart attack. So go and send him some love in the chat. Yeah, get well soon if you're watching, Chris, mate. I know he's in hospital, so probably surrounded by other sick people. But yeah, get well soon, mate.
Absolutely, yeah.
Captain Meat says, Mark, perfect meal deal. Mine would be chicken triple or all day breakfast triple. Oh, disco. Have you got one? Have you got something lined up?
Well, as always, I don't answer questions sensibly or properly like everybody else because I don't buy meal deals anymore. Mostly because I'm tight and saving a bit of money. What I do is I go to my local Tesco's, like the express one.
Yeah,
I go there about 7:30 and pick up a couple of packs of reduced price sandwiches. So I get a meal deal of I can get like half a dozen packs for about 30-40 pence each. So that's me lunch for the following day sorted. I don't have to worry about all the other stuff. Plus me 20 pence Twixes, mate. I'm sorted. That's my meal deal sorted.
Why not? No, I can't blame you.
But if I'm going to answer that sensibly, I do like what is it, like the chicken bacon and like salad kind of one, I think is the one.
Yeah.
Oh no, I tell you what I normally go for is like the they don't do it anymore actually, but they used to do like chicken tikka one.
Yeah.
That was pretty good.
My best, I would go drink. I'd go either, is it called like Nature or those smoothies that you get called like Blue Machine? It's like the blueberry one.
Oh, I've seen them. Yeah. There's a green one as well. Yeah.
Yeah, they do all of those. I'd do one of them, the blue one, the blueberry one. I'd definitely go grab bag of Doritos Tangy Cheese. And then sandwich, it really depends on how I'm feeling, but it would generally be sausage, bacon, and egg triple, whatever it's called.
Do you know what? I had one of those for breakfast just yesterday. But I got it out, but again, it was like 60p or whatever. Buttered both sides, banged it in the sandwich toaster, toasted breakfast sandwich.
There you go. Life hacks from Disco, everybody.
I've got a great one if I get around to doing it for faking McDonald's hot apple pies as well in the sandwich toaster. But you heard it here first.
They were. Do they still do them?
As far as I know, I've been to McDonald's for about 2 years.
Honestly, it was like you get that lovely, sweet, crusty pastry, wouldn't you? You bite into it, and it was absolutely volcanic. You'd lose about 5 layers of skin inside your mouth. Bastard things, honestly. Bastard things. Absolute bedlam says he's got to shoot. Speak to you soon. Bye, everyone. Love to you all. Cheers. Thanks for coming in, mate. And good luck with the podcast. And I'll see you. I'm sure I'll speak to you before, but I'll see you properly in November. Luke John Frost says, although you support a shite team, Chris, get well soon. Someone has to support them. So Chris is a huge Chelsea fan. Huge Chelsea fan. Captain Meat says all day breakfast triple. I think that might I think that's the one you're thinking of. Sausage, bacon, egg triple, Walker's Max paprika crisps, and a full fat Coke. Also very good. Bramble says all the best, Chris. Get well soon, buddy. Absolutely. See, Cannon, I've got no time for Chelsea or City, but I hope the Scottish Chelsea fan gets well soon. Absolutely. Paul says, or Captain Meat says, Neil Long's in the house. I can confirm that Neil lives up to his name, Long. Oh, God. Dear, oh dear, oh dear. Captain Meat has followed up saying, I can say vocation. Can I say vocation seemed to do top stuff junty. Roll with it is probably by vocation. Roll with it is probably by vocation is the best beer I've bought from a supermarket. Roll with it's very good.
I don't think I ever have. No, I don't think I have. The one, my favourite from Vocation at the moment is that one I did with Brew York, the caramel one. Sweet Temptation. Sweet Temptation, I think it was called.
Was that with Brew York? Because they've released Sweet Temptation chocolate caramel stout, but that's not got Brew York on it now.
No, I think originally last year, I think it was either Brew York or somebody around there.
Oh, yes. I know the one you're thinking of.
No, I'm sure it's Brew York. It's Brew York.
It was Vocation Brew York.
Bar. Yeah.
Really thick. Yeah, lovely. And it had that kind of velvety chocolate gold trimmed can, didn't it?
That's right. But I'm biased because I like a stout and against IPAs so much. So each to their own, obviously. But I'm more into the stouts.
Yeah, no, I agree. The Crummy Beard says, Vocation branched off from Blue Monkey. Vocation are a solid supermarket supplier. Their beer isn't overwhelming, though.
Really? That's good.
Sorry, their best. Sorry, their best isn't overwhelming, though.
Yeah.
There we go. Crummy says, missed your comment, Brad Evans. Sorry, up there next month, mate. Sharky says, Captain Meats, my daddy's doing good, thank you. Oh, yeah, Daddy, shut it. I hope he's good, mate. Jack Bandit says, Captain Meats Avengers. For the longest time, I thought your name was Captain Meats Avengers, which might be cooler. That is cooler. Captain Meats Avengers says, Sharky's Machine, your dad is a hero of beer tube. He is, and he's absolutely brilliant. Yeah. Luke John Frost is a lucky man because he's never had a brew dog. Tiny Rebel, or to be honest, most supermarket craft beer. I do spend more, but not a fan of the big brands. You're not missing much, mate. Tiny Rebel are weirdly out brewdogging Brewdog at the moment with some of the stuff they're releasing. So,
yeah, I've gone away from Tiny Rebel.
Yeah, my wife bought me a load of Valentine's beers, and one of them's called like Hard Shake or something. I presume it's along the lines of a hard seltzer. So I presume it's like an alcoholic chocolate milkshake.
Oh, I don't think it's a seltzer. I think it's just a. I think it's just a like lactose IPA, and I don't think it's a seltzer.
Oh no, I'm sorry. I meant it as in like this hard seltzer thing's kicked off where it's like lemonade but with like alcohol in it. I don't know what a hard shake is. It's defined as a hard shake, but I presume it's just.
I think it's just like a milkshake IPA. I think.
Hopefully,
hopefully
it's something along those lines. But I don't know. I opened it up and I was like, a bit weird. And with Tiny Rebel, you just don't know. Do you, Disco? It's like it could be anything in there.
Tiny Rebel were great. I mean, their Stay Puffed, that porter was brilliant, and they started out bringing out various variations of that, and they were all pretty good, to be fair. Like
I had the marshmallow one. That was lovely.
Yeah, the standard is the marshmallow porter Stay Puffed, but they had like a raspberry one, they had a mint choc chip one, they had a Bailey's one, they had a cappuccino one, they had a espresso martini one. It was going mad.
Yes, I do remember the espresso martini one. I do remember that. But yeah, to be honest, Tiny Rebel for me, I just I see it. They're kind of another one of them brands. I see them and I just go, what, next sort of thing. No disrespect to them. It's just not my taste. Kenny says, hello, Mark. And my best wishes for your mate in the hospital. Yeah. Kenny, if you've seen Chris, just KRIS in the chat. It's him, unfortunately. So yeah. Get well soon. Captain says, Jack Bandits. I was named Adventures by Odin before the Avengers was a thing. Haha. Sharky says, Captain, I won't tell him that. I'll never hear the end of it. He's good old boy. Sharky's dad. Captain Meat says, Jack Bandit, you have a cool name too. Yeah, Bandit's a good word. Like, it is a cool word. Travis says, Disco, Mark has a couple of nice stouts coming his way soon. One of them is a caramel chocolate milk stout, 6.5. Yeah, Trav sent me a box of beer, which is just like insane. Like, thank you, Trav.
Cool. Yeah.
Like, thank you. What a legend. We talk quite often. Trav is like, I think Trav should have been British Because all he says is, "Oh, I wish I was with you and Johnny and Tom and Paul having a beer." Yeah,
I don't know. I think he's doing all right down there. To be fair, my
yeah.
mate, my best mate lives in Melbourne, so he seems to be doing all right. But
in a weird turn of events, so we were really looking to move to Melbourne. It was all going through permanent migrants and all the rest of it. Trav put in the services because he does like mains, water pipes and drainage and stuff. He put in the services to the development where we were going to potentially live. Weirdly, so he was like, he sent me a video the other day. He was like, "Here's the timber top estate all developed." Yeah, insane. The captain says, "Shark, it's all good, baby. How's you?" Cromie says, "Jack Bandit has a great avatar too." He does, doesn't he? I thought it was an Ewok at first. I had to look twice. It's a raccoon. Jack Bandit says, "Captain Meets Adventures. You know, we can go back in time with Loki and change that, no problem." See, I know I don't watch a lot of film stuff, but I've seen Vikings on Prime. And if you haven't seen Vikings on Prime, watch Vikings on Prime. It's brilliant. But yeah,
it's on Prime, so I won't bother.
Yeah, that's fair. That is fair, mate. Sharky says, "Captain Meets Adventures. I'm at work still." Told you, he loves it. He honestly loves it. In a couple of hours, I'll be doing better. Yeah, too right, mate. Some Friday beers after work, just like
what is work for if it's not for shirking?
Exactly, working or shirking. That is the question. Jack Bandit says, "The Cromie Beard only behind yours." Captain Meat says, "Jack Bandit, what about go back further and trademark Google?" Trademark. Oh, sorry, trademark. I thought he was trying to swap me in. Trademark Google, Apple, and Amazon, and let the cash roll in, baby. Tom's beer review says, "Night, everyone. Night, Thomas. Take care, mate. Thanks for coming in as always."
Cheers, Thomas.
Captain Meat says, "Shark, what is your first beer?" There we go. What is your first beer
out tonight? Yeah,
it's gonna be a bit homebrew, isn't it? Tom Stock says, "Sausage and egg triple." He knows. Iced coffee or Blue Machine? Yeah, Blue Machine, banging. Popcorn or Thai sweet chili crisps if they have them.
Sounds.
Yeah, that's solid, mate. Solid. Luke John Frost says, only the 8 pints for my £10 tonight. A little short of my target, but a few sours, porters, and stouts will set me up nicely. Oh, your guts in the morning.
He's up at his favourite brewery, wasn't he, today? So I heard some of the
beers. What is your
favourite
brewery, Luke John Frost? By the way, do you know what it is? Disco?
Yeah, it's Three Brothers.
Yes, of course it is. Yes, of course it is.
Which I've had a couple of theirs. I got them out of Barscastle, but I haven't. It's another one that I want to go and get some of their beers, but I'd end up putting too many on the order. It'd cost too much, and I've sort of gone. I can't quite decide which one, but they've got again quite a few decent stouts out of there. So, and some of the ones that Luke was telling me about earlier that they're doing at the moment that are coming out sound amazing.
I'll tell you what, actually, Luke very kindly sent myself some beers. And Luke's got a bottle shop, if anyone's watching, called Drunken Duckling Drinks Emporium. Google it. I will say, I'm not just saying this because I'm not paid to say he only sent me beers. It's very, very well priced. And yeah, but it's all beers from the northeast of England. So having lived in the southeast of England and now kind of like the east of England, I'd never tried a lot of these beers or beers from these breweries. It's like Play Brew, Tartarus. There was one from Sam Smith's. It was quite enjoyable. An apricot fruit beer that was quite nice. Yeah, there was a couple of others in there. An Ample Fourth Abbey beer as well that I haven't even cracked yet. They're still in the box. But yeah, really, really good. Drunken Duckling Drinks Emporium. Go and have a look, and you're supporting a small business. But there you go. And I'm sure he stocks Three Brothers on there. He might not.
He does, yeah, no. And I agree with him about Three Brothers. They've got some good stuff. So.
There we go. John from Lords. I thought I'd pop in and say hello, Mark. Hello, John. I hope you're well, mate. John. John's had a bit of a rough week. His boy got taken ill whilst we were at go-karting.
Oh, yeah.
Had to have a bit of an emergency operation. So get well soon, Kobe, mate.
Absolutely.
Not that you're watching. But if John can send that to you, then that's great. Crummy says that beer is called Sweet Temptation. Still very much available. It is.
That's the one. That's the one.
It is. And it's the beer that I referenced when I done that stout float that I made. That's actually a thing. It's a beer cocktail. Yeah, should have used that beer because the other beer I used was a bit too carbonated. Lagerlog says, "Good night, Thomas." Luke John Frost says, "Hey up, John boy." Captain Me says, "Tom Stocks, loving your iced coffee." John's saying hi to Luke and the Lagerlogs. And then Crummy's calling John a handsome devil, which he is. Handsome John. Doesn't get the name for nothing. John says, "Captain Me, it's got to be a Kolsch style beer, most likely, if not a West Coast." I love a Kolsch. do like a Kolsch beer. The first Kolsch beer I can think of that I tried was in Cologne, where I think that the northwestern Germany, I think that's where the Kolsch beer kind of sits generally, or is traditionally from, should I say. And they served it to us. I've taken it down now, but they served it in 250 milliliter glasses, and they just tally marked your beer mat.
Yeah, I've seen them bars, yeah.
When you didn't want any more, you just put your beer mat on top of your glass.
Yeah.
But as soon as your glass went below halfway, you didn't even have to ask. They've done one beer, and you just have a beer fly over your shoulder, and it was like, obviously it's different. It's totally different to like drinking Steins, because when I was in Munich, you get to halfway through a Stein, and you think, oh, it's all gone flat, and it's but this was fantastic way to drink. Fantastic. And the bar we went in as well, it was really cool because there was this massive table, and it had I don't read German, I've done French at school badly, but there was this huge table and it had signs on it, and we all sat around it. We were like, there was like 12 of us, I think, and they were like, no, you need to sit at this table, you can't sit at that table. And we were like, that's a bit weird. And it turns out, we're sitting there, and all of a sudden one person to go and sit on the table, then another single person to go and sit on the table. And it was a social table. It was just, that table was for people that were on their own but wanted a beer, but could socialise with other people that were on their own and wanted a beer. It was a really cool thing to do.
Yeah.
A really good thing to do. And it meant that you weren't sort of solitary drinking. It was, I can't remember what the bar was.
I was a bit too young when I went to Cologne, because I went with my parents. We had a neighbour who he was, as he had a partner who was from the Cologne area, so we went to visit them. He lived over here. He was from Denmark, lived over here, but we used to go to Germany a lot, so we went with him. But he used to bring crates of Früher Kolsch over in the car when he used to come over. So when I was old enough, I eventually started off on Früher Kolsch.
They sell it at Tesco's, don't they?
Do they? I know you can get it over here in certain bottle shops and stuff like that. I've seen it about, but
no,
Tesco's,
hold on. Morrison's.
No.
Morrison's.
Is it Morrison's or Waitrose? No, Morrison's.
My Morrison's does
it. My Morrison's.
250 for a 500ml bottle.
Oh, okay. I didn't see
so
it.
I've got to come home on a Friday. I've got 2 half brow and 2 Früh Kolsch. I'm like, yep, happy days. I'm happy.
Here's a quick question for you, Mark, and everybody else. Bipper, black IPAs, yes or no?
I don't mind them, but I see that they're divisive. I think
for me, it's a no. I mean, that one's all right. It's a good that's terrible. It's never going to go in the light. Good chemistry brewing, new forms. I'm not a big fan myself. I just don't like that kind of hoppy taste on them. They're all right. I like the dark malts, but this one's all right. It's just not really sitting well on my palate, but I'll drink it because I got it in.
I believe John from Lords has got a black IPA coming out. Is it called B2 black IPA, John?
Oh, all right.
The pump clip is of a B2 bomber. It's it's well. I think I can show it. I will show it because it was on your Instagram where I saw it today. Because John does like his planes. Let's have a quick look. Lords. So John's got quite a few new beers coming out. I think it's going to be 4 or 5. So he's got Expedition Blonde, Black IPA, B2 Black IPA, Nighthawk American Amber Ale. Was there one more? Oh no, that's it. But and I'm an aviation. I'm like a closet nerd. I don't sort of go to the air. I don't go to the airstrips because I live relatively close to Mildenhall and Lakenheath.
Yeah, you got the American air bases around that way, aren't they? Yeah.
But if I hear the sort of drone of a plane in the sky, I'm like, where is it? Where is it? I can't help but look. But yeah, I'm a fan of those. I'm a fan of those things. The Lagerlog things. I think we need Lords Brewing Company on season 5 of the Lagerlogs. 2 Huddersfield boys and a random Scot. It's got to happen, mate. John's a really interesting guy, and he's bloody entertaining.
Definitely worth a chat. Yeah, he's got a few stories and all.
Luke John Frosty, John boy, how's the beer coming along? Oh yeah, because John, I totally forgot about this. John done a charity shave. So if anyone's familiar with John, go over to I think it's his Instagram and find his post about the go-karting. John had everything shaved off apart from his moustache.
Well, it's on his video. It's on his video on YouTube.
Oh, of course it's on his video. Of course it is. Go and have a look at Lord's Brewing Company's YouTube. Of course, sorry, mate. But I was in the go-kart when he had it done. But yeah, I kind of come out and I was like, John, is that you? It's so funny.
I got sympathy because I did it live on Instagram in November, so I know how John feels. But obviously, I've got slightly more head of hair than him to cover it. But
I think they've like raised everything, so he was like perfectly smooth on top, perfectly smooth. Just this weird tash. It was so funny. Tom Stocks says, "Did I hear that right? You got a hard shake on Valentine's." Wouldn't you like to know? Tom, you talking of hard shakes, you were going out on dates, weren't you, recently? You came into a stream rather happy, didn't you, Tom Stocks? Captain Meat says, talking of all things meaty, it's John from Lord's Brewing Company. Here we go. John from Lord's is up for the Lager Logs podcast.
He's got lagers to talk about as well, hasn't he? So
he has got lagers to talk about. Yep. And the Lager Logs / or cross Lord's Brewing Company collaboration on a lager. Ooh, that could be a bit naughty, couldn't it? And Crummy says it would be gold. Lager Log says I wouldn't get a word in. Sharky says, hello, Lord's Brewing Company. Lord says, Captain Meats, what are you drinking tonight? Luke DeVos says, I'd tune in Lager Logs. Absolutely. If you haven't seen Lager Logs podcast, go and have a look. That's the YouTube channel right there. So click on it and it will take you there and have a look at them. Lord's Brewing Company says, Crummy Beard, it would be chaos. Mm-hmm.
The good kind. Yes, the good kind.
The Lager Logs Thomas G says, I hope you tune in for Crummy Beard. Great episode. Yeah, I'll have to have a look at that, mate. Like I said earlier, I don't really watch a lot of YouTube. I have to I kind of go, crap, I'm out of touch with this channel, that channel, and I have to force myself to watch it. I'm terrible. Perks of having a kid with a 5-month-old that's teething. Lord's Brewing Company says, Sharky, you legend. Sean James, hello, mate. Sean, you've been in before, haven't you? If you haven't been in before, welcome. Sean James says, the Vocation Brewdog Stout is Sweet Temptation. Yeah, I think they've got quite a few Sweet Temptation stouts, haven't they? But they're different.
No, it's not Brewdog.
Yeah, it's Brew York.
Definitely Brew York. It's not Brewdog.
But yeah, I think they've got quite a few Sweet Temptation stouts out, but they're just like little tweaks. I think there must be a run of stouts they're doing.
Maybe they did. I don't think they did one with Brewdog.
Yeah, I don't know. John from Lord says, Travis is a good guy. He blooming well is.
Definitely is. I get a lot of
Paul's Beer Reviews says, evening, you bunch of slags. The only welcome you're ever going to get off Paul's Beer Reviews. John says, how are you tonight?
I see him on the Instagram.
Sorry, mate.
I said Paul's been out for a drink this evening as well. I see him. He was down at Creative Juices again, I think.
He was, yeah. He was on a stout. He was on like a stout that kind of Ukrainian benefit sort of drink.
Yeah, it's on a brew.
John says, how are you, Disco? You lovely beer personality.
Cheers, John. You're a beautiful human. Thank you very much. I'm getting through this beer.
Speaking of Vikings, here he is. The sexy Viking is Paul's Beer Reviews. Sharky says, Lord's Brewing Company, I'm not a legend. I may be a bellend.
There's a hyphen. Shark, there's a hyphen. It's leg end.
Yeah. Luke John says, no comment, Sharky. Sid Cannon says, do you miss Alan Kirbishley? So Sid, obviously with the Liverpool badge in his avatar, likes to talk football. Yeah. Do I miss Alan Kirbishley? Like a right arm. We could have been dragged into a relegation battle in League One. For those that don't know, Charlton Athletic, and we are rubbish at the moment. Well, we have been for a long time. But yeah. John's gone full circle on Sharky and said, Sharky, you are the biggest bellend. There we go. Bramwell says, John at Lord did a video tonight. My homebrew Kolsch style and Ban 1 blind tasting video out soon. Ban 1's a banger. And Bramwell, I've not obviously never. I've seen your videos. I've never tasted your beer, but the way you do home brewing, I bet your beers are banging. Absolutely banging.
Absolutely.
Luke John Frost
says, some good videos coming out from Bramwell as well. I don't watch so much of the homebrew stuff from Bramwell because I don't do homebrewing, but if people do, there's some good content there. But I like his beer reviews anyway.
I'm doing my first ever homebrew course on Sunday.
Okay.
I'm going to Ampersand Brew Company, which are in Diss, and Twisted Hops, the bottle shop that are local to me. TwistedHops.co.uk. Lawrence is a brewer. He's brewed commercially for people like Jack Rabbit, in Chelmsford and people like that. He's very handy.
Oh, yeah.
And he's got a very, very good home brewing setup. His channel's actually called Ferment and Rise. He gets thousands of views in his videos, like thousands.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, Ferment and Rise is his channel, and he is doing homebrew courses. So I'll be filming it. I'll be filming it, and I'll be bringing it to the channel because I've never done it before. So yeah, bit nervous actually. But hey ho, what can go wrong?
Yeah, no, it's good fun. Like once you get to the end of it, you've done all the work, and like you get to the end of it, and you can see something. You've produced something. It's always good.
I'm looking forward to it because it's science, isn't it? The brewers are scientists. First and foremost, and they're just like the guy. They're the sort of the creators of the dark arts, and I just enjoy the other end of it when it's all candle bottled. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah, I've done a couple of bits and pieces, but never like I was never any good at the maths. The one time I did any sort of vaguely serious brewing like that, it was like I did the beer name and choosing dark malts, and that was my kind of only input into a beer.
It's I've done lots of brewery tours, and like even at Beer X where we're like crushing hops in our hands, and you smelling the different hops, and like nibbling like chocolate malt and crystal malt and lager malt and stuff. I kind of get the basics. Well, I say the basics. I don't know anything, but it's sort of like I do all that, and I think I can see the way a beer's built. It's just I don't know how to build it. If you know what I mean.
No, yeah, it ends up being a lot of. There's quite a lot of maths involved, I found, because it's like, you put 20 grams of this in it after 20 minutes and that produces 10% of, and I just let everybody else do that. Really, I just do the hard work and the beer names.
That's it. That's it, mate. Luke Frost is on the list ahead of John Sharkey. There we go. Sharkey says, the crummy beard, John has Viking card pulled until he grows his beer back. Yeah, John is very much a... well, what is he? A mole rat at the moment, I think.
Until beardless wonder.
Yeah, the beardless wonder. There you go. Captain Meat says, Lord's Brewing Cars planning to stretch your horrible sleeper lager, but I drunk it all in one night.
Must be terrible then.
It must be awful. I have Stella Unfiltered, Heineken Silver, and some Warsteiners. What about you, beautiful? Is it Heineken? I've heard good things about the Stella Unfiltered. The Heineken Silver, I've heard all right things about, but yeah, I'll need to get my head in that. Yeah, Sean James says Brew York, so it was the Sweet Temptation that we were talking about. That's a bagger. That's still a very good supermarket stout. John says, Bramwell, I'll take a look tomorrow and have a cup of tea in bed. There you go. And then Travis has followed up with, Melbourne is absolutely off tap at the moment. They reckon 350,000 to attend the F1 GP. Oh yeah, of course, Melbourne GP at the weekend. They're probably not racing. They're probably qualifying now with the time difference. But
yeah, it must be. Yeah, so.
Getting on. Stuntman Steve says, evening, sir. Hello, Steve.
Hi, Steve.
Good old boy, Steve.
Absolutely.
How was your stream earlier, Steve, with Trilby? Because he was fair smashed in the pub, wasn't he?
I'll give you one word. I watched bits of it, but you know the word that begins with C and ends in Aos.
I was going to say chaos. Yeah. So when I log off from this,
don't get me wrong,
I think Trilby goes live at about midnight on YouTube on Instagram, and it is so funny. It's just like he spends half the time swearing at his phone. It's so funny. Bramwell says, John not out yet, mate. Spoiler, I love both. Band one, honestly, Band one is a bang. Obviously, not had your Kolsch homebrew, but Band one, the American Pale, is lovely.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah, very good beer. Crummy says, facial hair grows fast up north, Shark. He looks like Gandalf already. Steve says, hope you're good, man. Yeah, thanks, mate. I am, and I hope you're well as well. Yeah, you legend. Lord's Brewing Company says, I really enjoy your reviews, Beryl. You have such a relaxing style. It's a gift.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah.
He's good old boys, Bramwell. Here we go. Luke John Frost is out, Steve. Sharky says he's poking. Oh no, he's laughing at Tom the Crummy Beard. Paul says shop full of Newcastle Brown Ale in it, Luke. Worst shop in the world.
So I like the touch paper, Paul.
Yeah, don't do that, Paul. Stuntman Steve says, Luke John Frost, hey dude, how's you, sir? Jack Bandit says, Tom Stocks. I've got some great red lentil sweet chili loops on hand. Veggie based but delicious. There we go. Bramwell says, cheer, John. Crummy says, he's waving at Stuntman Steve. John is saying, Paul's beer reviews the man, the myth, the legend. Yeah, Paul's probably fairly greased up, like Disco says, after a night at Creative Juices with his lovely, lovely partner, Abby. Abby's a legend, by the way. I've met her first time at the go-karting. She was crew chief. Excellent. Honestly, I love meeting her. She's brilliant. Luke John Frost says, ha, Paul. None of that Geordie rubbish, pal. We brew it in Yorkshire now. We've been trying to kill it off for 15 years. Stuntman Stavros, the nicest man on YouTube. He is, isn't he? Stuntman Steve is a legend.
Bloke, yeah.
Paul's beer reviews. John, you baby-faced silver-tongued devil. I wonder what Liz is saying to John, because apparently last time he come home and shaved, she said, "Don't you ever come back home if you look like that again." Sharky said, "Disco, we need to do a smoke beer versus West Coast IPA challenge again."
Okay, yeah, no, fine. Once we work out, me and Rasco, we're talking at the moment about whether we're, because we stopped doing our Instagram show on a Saturday night, so we got to work out how we're going to do the show on YouTube. And we've been doing lots of individual videos, but we got to work out how we take the show onto YouTube at the moment. So yes, definitely shock.
Have you used StreamYard before? StreamYard,
oh yeah,
StreamYard,
we've done a couple. Yeah, we've done a couple. I did a random impromptu one the other day. I just went live on a Saturday after. I was watching that guy who was watching the planes land at Heathrow.
Oh, Jerry at Big Jet TV.
Yeah. I just did a
wow, steady, easy, son, easy.
Yeah, I had it on a monitor behind me, so I could see the planes landing. I just had a little couple of beers and all that. Oh, that's it. Me and Rasco did one last Friday. He was at a beer festival in Wandsworth. So we just went randomly live for about 10 minutes. But yeah, we use StreamYard. So we'll work out what we're going to do with the show and how we're going to get back on YouTube rather than Instagram. So
watch this space then.
Literally, I was going to say that. Yeah.
Nice one, mate. Stuckman says, I hope your son is okay, John. Much love to you, man, and your family. Absolutely. Best wishes to Kobe.
All best for the boy, yeah.
Absolutely. Jack Bandit says, Kolsch, in my opinion, is the best style of beer. Drink it fresh and fast. I'll tell you what, if you're talking smashing beers, like smashing them back, Kolsch is a good way to go. Especially doing it the Cologne way, where they give you those 250 milliliter glasses because you drink about 20 of them and you don't even know you've had 20. What was that? Pardon me. Sharky says, hello, Paul's beer reviews. Luke John Frost says, hot cross bun stout. What? Yeah. Raspberry champagne sour and imperial sticky toffee stout. Yeah, I like the sound of that last one. Plus a new make of the duckling lager. Oh yeah, because you brewed that lager. You brewed the drunken duckling lager with Three Brothers, didn't you? Of course you did. But yeah, your guts are going to be absolute. Your toilet's wincing already, mate.
I like the sound of hot cross bun.
Stuntman Steve says, no, not the nicest man on here. There are many more nice blokes on here, sir. John. Paul's beer review says, howdy shark, you massive yahoo. Still one of the funniest things on YouTube when that happened. Sharky's laughing at Paul. Crummy says, John, aka the mustachioed magnificent man. He was the mustachioed magnificent man, but he shaved it off, didn't he? John says, thanks, Steve.
He kept the moustache, didn't he?
Has he still kept it? I thought he shaved it all off. Know.
Oh, he shaved the tash off as well now.
I think he did.
No, at the race day, when they shaved his beard, they said he could keep the tash because it was in aid of Movember, wasn't it? So he's left the on the video. He's still got the moustache.
I think he shaved it off.
Oh, okay,
might have to check. But yeah, but at the track they did. I think he got home, and I think Lydia probably clobbered him around the head with the saucepan and said, "Go and have a shave." Lord's Brewing Company. John says, "Thanks, Steve. He's doing great. We had some real quality time. We did his first ever Airfix model and made an F14A, like we'd seen on holiday, and he loved it. Is that an F15E or an F14A?"
No, that is in geeky, Mark. If you're knowing you.
Yeah, it could have been at Lakenheath, actually, John. They got the F15E Strike Eagle from the 7th and the F35A.
I know roughly look what you're talking about, but I would look at it and go, that's a jet plane.
Yeah, because I'm a nerd. Sad nerd. Captain Meats says, I think people need to know that Paul's beer reviews is mean to pandas, puppies, and kittens. He smacked his own puppy. Right. I don't think he's even got a puppy, everyone. I think that's just Paul's idea of a joke.
I keep telling Captain Meat, it's not. He spanks his own monkey. He spanks his monkey. He doesn't smack the puppy, he spanks his monkey.
Crummy Beard says, BIPA. I agree with Disco.
Well, you say that now. Actually, can you see me chugging this one pretty quick? It's actually settling down. It's me and Crummy have had this discussion before with that kind of grapefruity kind of citrus kind of thing. It's that initial bite of it.
Yeah.
Down the bottom end, I'm getting like chocolate and like malty kind of like the dark malts, and it's got a twang of citra that I don't really like, but it's perfectly like drinkable. It's not a drain pour. It's not terrible, so I'm giving it a go. It's actually all right.
Crummy loves citra.
Me and Crummy agree on citra. Citra should be banned. No, not really. Not really. That's not true.
It was so funny because I was back in the early days of my YouTube days, my early days. I messaged Crummy and I said, "Hello, mate," because I knew Neon Raptor. They were from Nottingham, or they are from Nottingham, aren't they?
Yeah.
I said, "Have you heard this new brewery called Azvex? If you buy Azvex gift cards, they'll double your money." So people were just buying gift cards for like 20 quid, and they'll give you 40 quid's worth of credit for their shop.
Yeah.
And they dropped their beer. They done the drop of their beers, and I think every single one, apart from the sour, had citra in it. So Crummy was lumbering with about 100 quid's worth of credit to spend at Azvex, and all he could get was citra beers.
They had the stout. They had the hazelnut stout. He would have been all right.
Was that a launch beer? Was it the hazelnut stout?
Oh no, I think that was afterwards. So
yeah,
but yeah, the first three that came out were like double IPAs and stuff, weren't they?
Yeah, it was so funny. I was like, "Sorry, mate." I was like, "I didn't know they were citra."
Yeah, it's the same reason I didn't jump on that particular bandwagon.
But they are bringing out a lot more citruless pales, IPAs and doubles, aren't they?
Yeah, I think they just started down that road because that's what they like. The guy likes. So.
Yeah. Plus hops are expensive. They probably bought a job lot of citra and just chucked it in everything. Paul's Beer Reviews is laughing, says, "Can I say something, Crummy, Captain Meats? I bloody hate pandas." John says, "Captain Meats, that's mean. He gave it a swift death and barbecued it." There you go. He's not a vegan, is Paul's Beer Reviews. Luke John Frost says, "Not a fan of black IPAs." I think, yeah. Oh, here we go. Hot off the press. Talking of black IPAs, John says B2 Black IPA was brewed today. There we go. Captain Meats is there. LA Speed Check is out now. That is the Mountain IPA, the 4% Mountain IPA, John. It was like Baller, but toned down, wasn't it? I tried some out of the tank just before it was going to be kegged up. I had COVID, but sort of seemed to be all right when I had COVID. Sorry, after COVID. Sorry, I just had no taste. Captain Mrs. John, did it taste nice? Mark Jones says, "Good evening, you mad people." Hello, Mark. How you doing, mate? How did Newcastle get on? Because I know you went off Chris's stream to watch them. Who were they playing? Wolves, wasn't it? I think. John from Lord says, "I have stubble now. Lids has a terrible rash."
That's my joke.
Dear, oh dear. Captain Meats just put the minus sign. Luke John Frost is saying, "Peas might slip longingly." John, pissed myself laughing. John. John says, "Mark Jones, hello, mate." Well, I presume he says, just stuck his thumb up. As has Paul's Beer Reviews. Corey Bitters, no questions asked, John. Yeah, no. Yeah, let's hope Liz isn't watching the stream, not that she would be. Oh, God. So you said no. So we've just had no questions asked. And Captain Meats has just asked, "John, where is the rash? Ha ha." Dear, oh dear, oh dear. Mark Jones is saying hola. Luke John Frost says, "Evening, Mr. Jones." Evening, Mr. Jones, Mr. Jones. Is that the Venga Boys, isn't it? Jack Bandit says, "John, Law Spring Company, are you familiar with the EAA here in America? I've gone the last couple of years. Very cool." Jack, EAA, enlighten us. John may be aware, and I may end up stumbling into his comment here. Crummy says, "I know it's bad when me and Captain Meats are on the same level." Get your minds out of the gutter, you horrible, horrible people. Paul says, "Crummy, hello, mate." John says, "Captain Meats." John's not saying a word about where the rash might be. Joey's in. Hello, mate. What up, Mark? How you doing, mate? Luke John Frost says, "Hey up, Joey.
Hey,
what
Joey.
you smoking, pal?" No, he eats them, doesn't he? He does all sorts of this, Joey. I think the last time I was on, he was cooking some. What was he doing, Joey? What were you cooking in the oven last time I was on? You had to. Was it bread or something? You had to go and make. You were making some weed bread, weren't you? Captain Meat says, "Crummy beard. You know how long I have wanted to say that? Wanted you to say that to me." There you go. Crummy says, "Paul, hello." Mark Jones says, "Frosty, Frosty, Frosty." Tom Stock says, "Best shake in a while." Luke John Frost says, "Oi, oi, oi." Luke's Crummy's laughing at Captain Meats. Oh, here you go. What's he eating or what's he smoking? Luke, he's still on the Sunset Runts. I need a high THC next time. Yeah, Matt, I can imagine you need some sort of like Ali G. Not that you know what Ali G is, but he made this big old joint. It was like a drain. It was like a guttering pipe. What a film that is when he went into the evidence room. Did you ever see Ali G in the house?
Oh yeah. I'm not that old.
I don't ever watch films. People go to me, "You ever seen that Star Wars?" And I'm like, "Never seen one, mate."
Oh, do you know what? I've never seen. I don't think I've seen the LG film, but I've seen all the sketches and like back in the day.
Oh, the film is class. Ali G in the house is just absolutely, it's an absolute classic. Oh, if you, John, Sharky and Jack Bandit and Trav, you might have seen Ali G in the house. But certainly Joey, go and watch a film. It'll be on Netflix somewhere called Ali G in the House. It's just the most British film, piss-taking film you've ever seen in your life, and you boys will be confused. There's a lot of like British.
I'm sure they'll know because they'll know Sacha Baron Cohen because of what's your man, the Kazakhstan guy, and he was quite big in America, wasn't he?
Yeah, Borat, wasn't it?
Borat, that's it. Yeah. So it's the same guy.
No, same guy. Yeah. So Sacha Baron Cohen is Ali G. It's how he really started making his name.
Yeah.
Hilarious. Tom says, Paul's beer reviews is here. The late night lovers started. Absolutely. It's more like schlag, says Sharky. Paul says, "I already did, John. You all right, mate?" Sharky says, "On your home brewing adventure, have fun." Yeah, I know. Yeah, I'm looking forward to it, mate. Really looking forward to it. Sean James says, "Yeah, it's Brew Your Cortez Strike." Oh, mate. Yeah, I know. My
is how far beyond
is a nightmare. Crummy says, "I think a lot of people have top chat and not live chat turned on." Ah, okay, fair enough. So, yeah, live chat rather than top chat, whatever that is. I'm not technically minded. Joey says, "Lord's Brewing Company should hook up with Lucifer Beer Co. and have the Purgatory Hour." Enlighten us. You may have enlightened us because I'm about 20 minutes behind on the comments. Statman says, "John, didn't know about your son, but I'll message offline, dude. Much love, sir." Absolutely. Captain Meats banging on about Liverpool again because he loves Liverpool. Don't Captain Meats. He loves it. John says, "Sorry, Paul, I must have missed. I'm doing great. You and Abby had a good week." Paul says, "Tom Stocks, absolutely, mate. Time to get the pants off." What's going on here? Then? Everyone saw Tom's lager logs thing and wants to get naked. Sharky says, "I'm transferring my lager to a secondary so I can lager it for 6 weeks." There you go. Luke Strong Frost is slagalang. I
can't sing my toffee, mate. Well, I can sing, but not in tune.
That's all I got. John's laughing at Joey. Tom Stock says, "Time to speak very slowly and deeply into the microphone." Yeah, Paul does his thing.
I haven't got microphones. I
did look at getting a microphone. It's better with Paul's husky voice. He's really Paul. It just sounds better with his.
He's got the microphone for it.
Yeah, not this thing. Paul's beer review says, "All good, brother. Both had a really week. Is that hard week? Really hard week? Because decided to go out for a couple tonight. Just what was needed." Yeah, I saw your beer on Instagram, Paul. I think you had that Ukrainian fundraising stout that was on in the sunshine. Perfect Friday, mate. Hope you're well, man. Captain Meat says, "As a Liverpool fan, we've been spoiled. Would love to be a fan of a team who gets promoted and what comes with that." Yeah, but the problem is
just go over the city to Everton because they'll get promoted next season.
Yeah, that's true. Yeah, but the problem is, and especially with both Disco's team, which is Plymouth Argyle, and my team, Charlton, for every promotion, there's 3 relegations that follow. So it's a bit of an issue.
It's an outside chance we could be playing Everton next season. That'll be a trip.
Imagine that. Imagine when they've got their big new stadium on the docks built as well. 65,000, whatever it is.
Exactly. But
Joey says,
I wouldn't take the mick. I've got a lot of time for Everton. I've got a lot of time for Liverpool.
I have proper club.
Because
I love Goodison Park as well. Proper ground.
Yeah.
Still believe they still have wooden seats when I went as well, which was a bit weird. Joey says, if I drink at Lord's Brewing, it feels like a sin, and I have to go back to church. There you go. You sin quite a lot, I reckon, Joey. You need a good priest, Joey, is what you need. Stuntman says, at Paul's Beer Reviews, hope you're good, sir, and family's good. Sorry I've not been part of your life, been recovering from the COVID. Oh, Steve, didn't you? No, I didn't know you had COVID.
Yeah. He sort of mentioned it briefly, and I didn't see how. Obviously, it's gone okay.
Yeah, I hope you're right, mate. It's rank. Have you had it, Disco?
No, I've stayed the fuck away from it.
See, there you go. This time next week, Disco's gonna be like that. I hope not. I'm just saying. John says, "Stuntman, he's recovering super fast. He'll be back to 110% in no time." Paul's Beer Reviews. Hello, Steve. Hope you're well. Not many lives lately, mate. So you haven't missed much. Not done many lives. There you go. John says, Paul, fair game, mate. Sometimes you've got some R&R. Did you go to Nigel Wilkinson whether I let you? I don't know.
Even I don't know about that one. I get loads of cultural references, but not that one.
Oh, Paul's got the joke because he's the next comment makes it. Thomas Jew. Okay, folks, Lager logging off. Good night, Booze Hounds. Thanks for a memorable night. We'll be back. Good night, Mark. Thanks, guys, for coming in.
Good stuff. Nice one, Judge.
You made me chuckle this afternoon. So yeah, much love to you. Paul's laughing at Nigel Wilkinson. Paul, can you share the knowledge, mate? I'm just useless. I'm so naive. It's ridiculous. Stuntman Steve says, I love Trilby so much for him. He's coming down for my birthday, end of the month, for much love. Badly love's coming. Mate, you and Trilby in the same room is going to be absolutely chaos, mate. I look forward to that.
Get to the top gents.
Cannon says, Bramall, I'm a bit pissed, but is that related to Sheffield? Oh, there you go. Statman says, Paul's Beer Reviews, I'll be there in the chat, sir. Missed it, man. Lou John Frost says, I'm doing a 10-hour train dash to meet up with Philby Trill at Brew London, all for 5 hours of sleeper lager. I think we need to, John, are you doing Beer X? Are you thinking about it? You were in, then you were out. But either way, we'll be there in some capacity. Paul's Beer Review says, appreciate it, Steve. Look forward to chatting with you. Paul says, new pants for Mark. Yeah, I've blown the back of these ones out, mate. Stuntman says, it will be amazing, Luke John Frost. We'll warn you first, man. Oh, no. John says, Paul, was it the Tony Ballangton? I'm just...
There's names I'm not recognising here.
You're saying names from the weakest link competitors now, aren't you? Luke John Frost says, "Hi, Steve. Looking forward to that live show. You in the kitchen and Phil in the shed." Yeah, Lord's Brewing. Tashy's gone for now, for even growth purposes. You chickened out of it, didn't you? I thought when I say that, I was like, "Oh my lord."
Who's Tash and what's she got to do with it?
Yeah. Stuntman Steve says, Paul's Beer Reviews. Much love, dude. You and Lord's Brewing Company think Mark can make it to the end of this chat, lol? Mate, it's a mission. I'm trying to gun through it. Paul's Beer Reviews says, close, the Gary Cooper, worst name for a pub ever. Oh, yeah, there is a... So Paul...
That's in Dunstable.
Yeah, so Paul, I think he lives in that region of the UK, and yeah, meets at or used to live. I can't remember. He's moved house recently. God knows where he's gone. But I know he used to go to a pub with his mates called the Gary Cooper, which is
it's a Weatherspoons.
There you go.
If you're geeking about planes, I kind of know a few Weatherspoon names, and I know that's the Gary Cooper is the Weatherspoons in Dunstable.
Was he a pilot?
No, he's an actor. Wasn't he Gary Cooper? I don't know.
God knows. Joey says, wait, are we talking
I've just busted Paul's location. I'm sorry, Paul, but yeah, I happen to know these things.
Joey says, wait, are we talking planes? That's my vibe, especially cargo planes. C-130s can go anywhere, bro. They can even land in Antarctica. Do you know something really geeky? Really geeky. I went to the Mac Loop in Wales, where you stand on the side of the hill and you're above the plane. So the planes go through at low altitude. We had two C-130s go through like below our eye line, so we were looking down on the planes. Amazing. But yeah, Joey, there you go. Paul says, I think Mark's going strong, to be fair. No hiccups yet. Mate, I'm sounds a pound, mate. I'm just, yeah. Sounds a pound. Joey's just randomly said Nottingham Forest. Which is, hold on a minute. You know, a very average championship team when you live over in Ohio.
They're doing all right at the moment.
They are. They're flying, to be fair. I thought they were down and out. John says, Crummy has a love pillow stuffed full of Citra hops. Yeah, do you reckon?
Give it a little sniff. Sniff the grapefruit.
Sharky says, Joey, the most famous C-130 is Fat Albert. Oh, that's the... That's one of the rockets on the side that can do vertical takeoffs and stuff, isn't it? I think it goes around with the Blue Angels F-18s. Hello. Joey says, wait, Nottingham is a real place? Sweet. Yeah. Tom the Crummy Beard lives in and around Nottingham.
Nottingham.
The Gary Cooper, the Bob Darlington, says John. He said, yeah. Paul says, yes, that's where Robin Hood is from, Joey. Facts. It's true. It's true. Look, John Frost says, John, if I order some beer now, can I get a free beer mat? Just asking, hiding for cover. This will haunt you forever, John. You know that, didn't you? The Crummy Beard says, John, that pillow has your freshly shaved face printed on it. I find it comforting. Right. Paul says the Bob Monkhouse arms. Right. Okay. I'm getting into the right idea now. John from Lord says 3 new tanks arriving next week.
Wow. What are they, Shermans or?
You need it, mate. You got to fill that space in your brewery to sell all that beer that you keep making. Paul, that would have been better. Yeah, the Bob Monkhouse arms. Paul's beer review says you're going to war, John.
I couldn't think of any other tank names apart from Shermans, and I'm sure there's others.
Challenger.
That's the one. Yeah. Warrior.
Panzer, if that's your thing.
Yeah. Yeah.
Stuntman says, right, you lovely people. Much love, 99 all. At John, at Paul's Beer Reviews, at the Crummy Beard, at Mark Beer Reviews. Much love. Where's Disco's goodbye? He wants a goodbye.
He doesn't have to say goodbye to me. He's top man, good man. Steve,
absolutely.
Good night, sir.
Take care, Steve. Sid Cannon says, bad head in the morning. I thought I'm going to avoid it. I've got to randomly got to run a mate's bed to the tip at 10. Then I'm on the beers in Norwich.
From make sure he's out of it first.
Sorry?
You're going to make sure he's out of it first.
Just load him straight in. we had a skip go, and then the following day he says, mate, can you run my bed to the tip? I was like, mate.
Is that because you've got a van so you can?
Mate, honestly, everybody. You do this for me, you do that for me. I don't mind it. Yeah. He's been running my local pub, the local craft beer pub, and he's moving back to Derby, so I don't mind, mate. Okay. He's sorted me out of a few beers over the time. So Lord's Brewing Company says, Sid Cannon, not good, mate. No, not for the bad head. Not for the bad head. Paul says, night, Steve. Lord says, Shark, Fat Albert was the support plane for the Blue Angels. See, there you go. And did NATO and did JTO takeoffs? I'm also a bit of an AV nerd. We discovered that over our love of Noel Phillips, the guy that catches planes and videos himself doing it and talking about it.
I watch his channel. It comes up randomly because if you follow this kind of geeky stuff on YouTube and you watch one and then something else will pop up. So yeah, I do know about him.
He's good. He's good. He's a good guy. Joey says, bro, I watched every episode of Ali G. Haha, that was my shit. There you go. See, I knew you get it, Joey. I knew you get it. John says, Luke, yes, you can tear it up. You can tear it up so it fits in the box better. Oh, Lord. That's the beer mat. Paul's Beer Review says, decided to keep my guitar in the car recently. It's good for traffic jams.
Hey.
Slurpy Dave.
You haven't had a lot of terrible jokes this time. Yeah, Slurpy Dave. I haven't seen him for a couple of days. Where is he?
No, he's normally about. I've seen him in other lives. I hope he's all right. Yeah. Mark Jones says, good night, you fine people. Can't keep my eyes open. Getting old, 49.
Bless you.
Take care, mate. Have a good weekend, Mark. Thanks for coming in, mate.
Cheers, Mark.
Luke John Frost says, tape at the ready, John. Joey says, my favourite allergy interview when he was like, if you're getting your last meal, why wouldn't you make it an all-you-can-eat buffet because they could never kill you? Or I'd have something that I'm allergic to that would make me ill, so I'd have to delay the thing off. Yeah, to come out in like a big old rash.
Yeah, then you'd have to have a last meal when they rebooked it. So then you'd have you just keep having an all-you-can-eat buffet or something that makes you ill. There we go. See, some prison-based consumer advice. Yeah. I'm rushing over to America to kill anyone anytime soon. Well, you never know. Stranger things have happened.
Joey says he's seen the movie, the LEG movie. It's sacred. Ha ha ha. Yes, I'm glad you've seen it as well. That's class.
I've just is Shark still in?
Yeah, I believe so.
Oh, okay. Well, I've got a beer for him here, I think. I've just finished that black IPA, so I might as well go on to another beer, eh?
Do it. Go on, we're going to run for another 20 minutes or so.
Find me a bottle opener.
John from Lord says, Paul, me, going to war. That's what the pump clips have alluded to, John, haven't they? The new ones. John Sharky says, John, Fat Albert is still in service with the Blue Angels. I will have to send a recent photo. It's really cool. Yeah, I like it when it does them rocket takeoffs. It's mega, isn't it? Mega. Paul says, the tanks. Sorry, awful joke.
No, I did it too, Paul. Don't worry.
I laughed. What have you just popped there then, Disco?
Actually, no, I thought it was a smoky beer. That's why I was talking about Shark, because we love to banter about smoky beers. But no, it's a pumpkin spice latte white stout. I forgot that it was a white stout.
Christ, who's that from?
Drygate up in Glasgow.
Wow, I didn't know Drygate got involved. That sort of beer.
Oh yeah, they do some excellent random stuff. It's called Spooky Bitch. I'm not quite sure why, but I think the
artist have my ex's name on the front of it.
No, I think the artist who come up with the artwork is something to do with that, or it's a collaboration with somebody. My eyesight is not good enough to read the bottle stuff, but yeah, it's called Spooky Bitch. A pumpkin spice latte white stout. Why? I thought it was smoky marshmallow, so I got it completely wrong. So yeah, I thought I was finishing on a nice dark stout, but oh wow, ooh.
Oh wow, ooh.
Yeah, it started off really nice, and because I'm still thinking marshmallow. What? I forgot it. I completely forgot it was a pumpkin beer. I got it. Yeah. I got it round about like October last year, and it's been sitting in the stash. But there was that kind of slightly rotten vegetable aroma at the end of it. That wasn't entirely pleasant, but yeah, it does taste a bit of pumpkin-y, kind of slightly past their bed. I mean, it's well in date. It's not a problem. It's 9% as well.
So that'd be right.
That'll be fine. Yeah, it just had that kind of odd aroma that sometimes stouts have.
I had a couple of white stouts from Sussex Small Batch, and I really enjoyed them. Really enjoyed them.
To get into them. Yeah, they look good. It tastes brilliant.
There we go.
Yeah, it's got a sort of fruitiness to it. Like, it's not massively pumpkin, but it is a little bit smoky on the back end as well. It's one of them beers that's odd because you look at it and you think that's not a stout, but it totally is.
It's weird, isn't it? When I first poured it, and I was like, it feels like I'm drinking a pale ale, but it tastes like banoffee whites.
Yeah,
it's weird, isn't it? It's so strange.
Yeah, it's got that banoffee vibe going on. It's toasty, like slight smokiness going on. It's quite nice. It's quite palatable.
There you go. Jack Bandit says, "Oh yeah, I'm familiar with LEG. Sacha Baron Cohen's brilliant. No, he's hilarious, isn't he? He don't give a monkeys.
For real.
Did he put Pamela Anderson in a bin bag or something in the car park? Didn't he?
Yeah. That song still randomly comes up on shuffle play on my music as well.
He's mental. Yeah, absolutely mental. Joey says, "Be right back, guys. Got to pick up some fish. Hey, it's Friday. Why not?" Crummy Beard says, "Right, got to sleep. 6 a.m. for qualifying. Yeah, catch you all soon. Take care, Crumb. I'll see you in the morning. We'll be texting at 6 in the morning." Leah Miles, the sweetest woman on YouTube. I say it every time, Leah, because you really are. Evening, gents. Hi, Leah.
Hi, Leah.
Luke John says, "Quality at 7 a.m. Crummy. How much sleep do you need?" Mark Jones says, "You qualifying, Crummy?" Yeah, Crummy's got 3 huskies, so they must take some. I've got 2 collies, and I think mine are bad. His 3 huskies must take some work.
Oh, you got 2? I didn't know you had 2, and I've seen one of them. We've seen one on the stream.
Yeah, 2. Yeah, they're mental, absolutely mental. Crummy says, "P1 on the sofa." Luke John Frost is up and at work at 4 a.m. Quality's on record when I finish in 15 hours.
Oh.
Savage man, Luke. I've said to you so many times that you do too many hours, my man. Mark Jones says, "Thought so, Tom." John says, "Paul, you only need a tractor. The Ukrainians keep nicking Russian tanks with them." Yeah. I've seen that. They're just like dragging out these tanks out of the. So funny with tractors. Sid Cannon says, "Woodison." Paul's beer reviews. You got to love the Ukrainians, John. They're savage, aren't they? They're just a different breed of people. They are. They're just absolutely savage. John says, "I'm still I'm still trying to sort staff for Beerex. Right, okay. So Beerex, John's standard Beerex is probably still in a bit of limbo at the moment.
Hang on, Beerex. They've just had Beerex. Beerex was Liverpool.
Sorry, not Beerex. Brew London. Sorry.
just to prove I watch your videos.
Yeah, thanks, mate. Sharky says, John, it was, but they bought it back due to popular demand. See, Cameron says, Brownell Lane, Sheffield United. Yes, of course. Paul's Beer Review says, Disco with the knowledge. Mate, Disco does know stuff. A lot of stuff.
Well, yeah, I mean, I can't remember useful stuff, but I've got a lot of that kind of, like your geekiness with airplanes or whatever I do. My thing is geography. I love geography because I get about the country a lot. So, like, I just remember, I don't know why I can remember names of fucking Wetherspoons. There's no use to it. There's no use for it. I just remember this stuff. Ooh. I've got quite a geeky video coming out, hopefully over the weekend, that looks at geography and pub names in the UK. Just cheeky plug. If we're talking about extreme geekiness, I've got to try and get it in under 20 minutes. I've got to edit it. But yeah, it looks at pubs and pub names in the UK.
There we go. Sean James says the only thing about Wetherspoons is they do Leffe on draft. Actually, I'm not a supporter of Wetherspoons per se. I don't dislike them. I don't really support them. I don't go in enough of them where I live. There's not many. But my closest one is the one in Beccles, Disco, that you may have gone into on the square there.
I've stayed there. I stayed in a hotel.
Oh, yeah, because a hotel above it. Of course it has. Yeah. And I went in there and they had all the usual suspects like Doom Bar and London Pride, but then they had 3 cask pumps of Green Jack. And Green Jack are from Lowestoft, which is like 15 minutes up the road. But
Having
it was good.
Said that, I've got to be honest, I can't remember the name of the bloody place. I've stayed in it.
Oh, I have to Google it.
Cool.
I don't even know.
I can't remember. I stayed there.
But it was really good to see a company like Wetherspoons supporting people like Green Jack.
Well, they do a lot of regional stuff. Like you'll get a lot of local stuffs in local Wetherspoons. Generally, I mean, aside from the fact that I think John has referenced this a couple of times in his videos when he was talking about supplying Wetherspoons. He was talking about supplying Brewdog, and he decided not to. But he was saying he would never supply Wetherspoons again because they try and squeeze the margins on local brewers. And like, there's a lot of good things about them. Like me and Rasco have this argument. He's vehemently against them, mostly because the main man is a dickhead.
He's hard to like, isn't he?
He used to be. I mean, he's clearly a good businessman, but also with that, when you get to that level, you've got that potential to be mugging people off a little bit. And he is obviously slightly nuts, and he comes out with some weird stuff. The thing I like about Wetherspoons is the fact that they do preserve old buildings. I love the old pubs that they save, and the old cinemas, the old churches, the old theatres. But on the flip side of that, it is difficult for a lot of local pubs to compete with them in prices and stuff like that. So they do close a lot of pubs, but they do save a lot as well. It is a difficult balance. So I haven't directly featured any Wetherspoons pubs or beers in Wetherspoons pubs on the channel. I mean, I haven't been to any Wetherspoons pubs in 2 years for obvious reasons. But prior to that, I didn't really advertise that we go to Wetherspoons. I do talk about Wetherspoons, obviously, like on lives and whatever. But it's very like yin and yang with Wetherspoons.
Yeah, it is, isn't it? It's a touchy subject, isn't it? Because he went. I mean, we don't do politics on this thing, but he went so far politically one way. It was going to isolate. He was going to isolate. It doesn't matter which way he went. He was always going to isolate. But isn't he? I saw on the news. Was it last week? He'd handed it all over to his son.
Oh no, I missed that one.
I believe he has. Okay. Yeah, double check that.
Really? Okay.
Yeah. Leah Miles says, sorry, done Sean James. Leah Miles says, what was that place in Wales? I never heard of it. Sounds very cool. Leah, Google the Mac Loop, and there's loads of videos on there. There's a guy called Iwelan R or something, a Welsh name R. He's one of the biggest guys up there that does that. But if you Google or go on Google Maps and go Cad West car park, there's a car park right at the bottom, and there's this little goat track where you walk from the road level. It's in the valley, park right at the bottom, and you walk up the side of the hill, and then you get a bright sunny day. You get all the super nerds up there. Which I shouldn't say that. Well, they are super nerds, I suppose. If I'm a nerd, they're super nerds. They've got the radios and stuff. and you'll hear two F-15s entering the loop, and they'll all get their cameras out, and you'll know when it's all going to kick off because they just love it. But yeah, you stand above the planes, your feet are at a higher altitude than what the pilot's going through at. It's mega, really cool. Luke John Frost says the only good thing about Wetherspoons is when they knock them down and create car parks. There we go. Sharky says hi to Leah. John says, Shark, I love the Americans. When Jeep changed the Wrangler headlights to square, people protested at the head office until they promised to bring the round ones back. That sounds very American. Leah Miles says, hey, Sharky. Sharky says, John, I had a 1989 Jeep Wrangler. I love the square headlights. Oh, dear. Oh, dear. Oh, dear. Leah says, John, Jeep Wrangler is my dream. They're well expensive now, aren't they? They're so expensive, Jeep Wranglers now, randomly. Really strange. John says, Tom, stop driveling. Oh, you've got to stop driveling on the love pillow. Oh, God. John saying hi to Leah. Luke John Frost says, didn't say goodnight to me, though, did you, stuntman, bloody southerner?
It goes without saying, Luke. That's why he didn't say it.
There you go. Leah saying hi to John. John saying, Leah, I was a Jeep Chrysler tech for years, watching loads of Wranglers. I totally have one. They're cool. They're just cool, aren't they? They are cool.
You technically just called Leah cheap there, Mark, but nobody noticed. You're okay.
Did I?
You did say cheap, yeah.
Cheap? Oh, I mean, I probably meant Jeep.
I know. Don't worry, nobody noticed. Nobody noticed. It's fine.
Sweetest girl on YouTube. Say it all the time. Yeah. Sharky says, John Mopar. Oh, is that the? Oh, that's the. That's something to do with Jeep, isn't it? Jeep and Chrysler. Leah says, John, I fell in love with them in Florida a couple of years ago. They are gorgeous. Yeah, Florida, top down. Yeah, I can see it. I can see it, Leah. Sharky says, what beer are you talking about, Disco?
Oh, I think he's talking about this one. You meant this one. The
Spooky.
So it's a pumpkin spice latte white stout. Drygate in Glasgow.
I can imagine that's quite nice.
It's all right, actually. Yeah, it's quite fruity, which is a bit odd, and a little bit smoky, a little bit spiced. Would go well with my winter spice Twixes. But
there we go. That's a video.
3 times I've mentioned that.
John from Lords has just opened up an age-old debate. He said Wrangler here is the same, apart from having the steering wheel on the correct side.
Well, I mean, I've got to buy Wrangler because it's in my jeans.
Hey! Oh, you made me fart. I was laughing. Sorry, everyone. It's like a happy fart. John says, Mopar or no car, baby. And John says, Leah, they're iconic and will be a future classic. I see them flying up in price. 4-litre manuals are the best. Yeah, well, John, they are. Honestly, Wranglers are insane at the moment. Even the old classic ones, you know, like the green ones with the what was they'd done the logo on the side. It was like a forest logo. Was it called like an Outback or something? And it had the brown leather. Yeah, they're just insane money. Sharky says, no, it's the one based from the Army Jeep. My mate's got one. Actually, he's got a Willys Jeep, and it's got the original regiment code on the front. On the bumper, they had the regiment code. Really cool bit of kit. Oh, John's getting all technical now. Shark, Willys Jeep or CJ5? Willys, maybe? Shark, oh, God. Oh, car friends. Il Corvo says, is this still on? Just got in from the Newcastle match. How'd you get on? Did you win? You're doing all right at the moment. You are doing all right at the moment. Leah says mastermind category would be Wetherspoons for Disco.
Possibly. I've been at 455 of the bloody things.
Do you keep count?
I used to.
There's one in Colchester. I think is it called the Playhouse?
Yeah, it's an old cinema.
It's amazing. They've got mannequins still sitting in the seats
on the top deck. Yeah, you can't get up on the top level, but yeah.
Have you been to the one? Have you been to the one in the Lake District in Keswick called Chief Justice of the Common Pleas?
Common Pleas. I don't know. I had a holiday in the Lake District about 8 years ago, and we went to a couple, and those are the ones I'm not quite sure. I know the one you mean, but I'm not sure if I went to Keswick.
Honestly, it's the best pint ever, because, as in like experience, because the site, the bit where all the bar is, it's the old. I don't know what it is. It's like probably a newer building, but you walk up a couple of steps and you walk into the old courthouse, and it's still got the judge's chair. It's got the dock, and you can have you kind of walk around and you can have a beer in all these different places. It's mega, really, really cool.
Yeah. I don't think I have. If you're saying that, I don't think I've been to that one, but I've been a couple in the Lake District.
It's really cool. I'd highly recommend it. Weirdly, and right across the way, there's another one. There's a craft beer bar, literally across the road. Literally just across the road, and good little place. Yeah, John says the YJ controversial headlights. John James says the other good thing about Wetherspoons is they don't sell Fosters.
I'm sure they do.
I wouldn't know.
I'm sure they do.
I wouldn't know. But the good thing is Wetherspoons, if all the draft stuff rubbish, just go in the fridge. I think they'll always have an Erding or Dunkel in there. And the worst thing you're ever going to drink in the Wetherspoons is an Erding or Dunkel. So,
oh well, I'm well up for the Erding or Dunkel. I'll get them in the supermarket, but I didn't know they had them in spoons.
Disco, I cooked something a couple of Christmases ago called Schweinbraten.
Oh yeah,
and it was thick cut root vegetables. So it was like swede, parsnip, carrot, potatoes. And then stuck a pork shoulder on top, and you basically just drown it in Dunkel beer. So I had to buy 12 kgs of Dunkel. Got through about 6 or 7 bottles in this one meal. And obviously the potatoes boil in the Dunkel, so they absorb all the Dunkel beer.
Nice.
And then
I can see that with the dark malts and stuff.
Honestly, it's insane. And then you take the pork out, and then Brauten is like broil, I believe, in German. Not that I've ever done German. So you end up with this insane slow, and you cook it over about 8 to 10 hours. It's insane. Yeah. And you end up with a rich Dunkel vegetables. And then obviously the pork's steamed by the Dunkel evaporating. And then where you broil it, you just end up with like insane crackling, slow roasted pork shoulder. Honestly, Google it. It's Schweinbraten, it's called.
Is that before you became a lapsed vegetalist? No, are you still a lapsed vegetalist? You're still on the meat, right?
I originally done it because I love doing themed stuff. So we were going to do this big American Christmas party because I've got family in America and they do big Christmas parties. So we're going to have all my wife's friends over, and they like all their partners are like awesome. And then we got smashed. We went down to Rothenburg for a Christmas market in Bavaria. And it was like, oh, let's just do a Bavarian thing. So I made this Bavarian invitation, sent it out, and then wore my lederhosen and just done this Schweinbraten. It was brilliant. Canapes were a little roll, sauerkraut, hot dog, and then curry ketchup.
Currywurst, nice.
Currywurst, brilliant. Aaliyah says, went to Spoons in Edinburgh. Building was stunning inside.
Oh, that would be there's a what's it called? Yeah, the theatre. I can't remember what it's called now.
That's what I like. I mean, we noticed it. John, Paul, and I briefly talked about it in Liverpool. We went out and there was just this beautiful old theatre that Wetherspoons had bought and turned it into a pub. Yeah. And you think, what would that theatre have been? Anyway, John says here, Wetherspoons screwed the small brewers. My experience is they get you hooked on turnover, so I sack them off. Yeah, fair play.
Fair play. Yeah, absolutely.
Absolutely.
There's still quite a few like big, medium-sized brewers that do go into Wetherspoons and obviously entertain it, but I slag them off as much as I like or used to like what they do. I like the premise rather than how they go about their business. So I absolutely agree with that, John.
Yeah, I do. And I think I'll probably say I prefer having a beer in the setting more than I do being in that Wetherspoons environment. It's not really my kind of place. Yeah. But you in Colchester, when you kind of go down the bottom and you have a look back up the top, it is mega.
Night, John. If he doesn't see the comment by the time we get to it, but I think John's off. So
take care, John.
Cheers, mate.
See you later, mate. If you're off, Jamie C, our UK lad that's based in New York, says, "All right, Mark, how you doing, mate? I'm very well, mate. How are you? You are, you're well into your Friday now, aren't you? You're 6 hours." So you're 6 o'clock?
Yeah.
Yeah, you've got a beer in your hand, didn't you? Thomas says, did I miss the strippers again? I don't think it's not got to that point yet, Thomas, but Disco's just had a couple of strong beers, so I live in hope. Thomas. Lord's Brewing Company says Mark pooped his pants. Mark pooped the minute he got caught. Paul says, you always know when Mark's dropped one. He has a totally confused look on his face every time. Yeah, like a Jack Russell, sort of like that.
Who was it who dropped one in the lift in John's video in Liverpool?
John.
That was John.
We just had breakfast, just had a big old feel. We had a big night out. We were all feeling a bit rough. And all of a sudden, the lift doors were like that close to shutting. You hear, and we were like,
I knew it was John's video, but I couldn't work out who it was that farted.
It was John the Dirty Bug. He got his phone out. I was like, why is he filming us?
So he planned.
John says, every time, Thomas, yeah, I know. See, Cannon says, great life, Mark. I wake up tomorrow, but my head won't be happy. Thank you very much, and best of luck for the head. Lots of water. And is it sugar? Sugar's good for hangovers?
Really?
Apparently. No, I'm not going to... That's not medical advice, guys. Don't go you don't hold me to that. John from Law says Sahara. Oh, yeah, that was a Jeep. The Sahara, it was in that beautiful green colour with the brown leather. Yeah, what a car. Tom Stocks is back. Welcome back, Tom Stocks. John from Law says, Paul, I think he holds his breath when he does it. I'm sort of like, can't believe I've done that. Excuse me, got a bit of a cold going on. Jack Bandit says, anyone familiar with the classic American lager Champagne Velvet? There's a local Indiana craft brewer that bought the recipe and brought it back from the dead. This is one of craft callings. I'm not, mate. I'm not familiar with Champagne Velvet. But it sounds like it's probably, an exciting time for you craft drinkers over there, that's for sure. Paul's laughing at me farting. John from Law says, right, I'm yawning to death here, so off to sleep. Have a superb weekend, everyone. Take care, John, mate. You've probably already gone.
Yeah, sorry to bore you, John.
Sharky says, see ya. Paul says, not John. John says, good night, Schlags. Liam Miles says, not John. Jamie C says, 6:59 here, beer in hand. What are you drinking, Jamie? Something insane, I'm sure. Something to make us swoon. Mark Jones says, the standing order is the Big Wetherspoons in Edinburgh.
Don't think it is. I think it's one of about 4 in Edinburgh.
Oh,
the big one
there
in
you go.
The theatre, I don't think it's the Palladium. Cock of the Walk. There's a big one at the end of Princess Street, like an old theatre. But I think, standing order is quite a common name for Wetherspoons when they take over an old post office or something. But I've not been to Edinburgh, so I'll take Mark's advice on that.
They've probably got 20 different names they go to. What have we taken over? Oh, it's a theatre, the Playhouse.
Yeah, pretty much. Palladium, Playhouse, the cinema or whatever. Yeah.
Tom Stock says, thoughts on coffee porters?
Works for me.
Oh, I love coffee porters. Burnt Mill do a... Sorry?
Yeah, go on, Burnt Mill, yep.
I was going to say, Burnt Mill do a Baltic coffee porter.
Okay.
And it's insane.
Yeah, I haven't got around to Burnt Mill yet, but I quite like coffee and I like a porter, so it works together.
Mate, you need to get on the Burnt Mill thing. They are insane.
Yeah. It's one of them when I look at the website and I'm like, I could drink all of this.
It's spendy.
Again, price and there's so much other stuff as well, but they're on the list to get round to eventually.
Yeah, absolutely. There's so many though, aren't there? It's insane. Sharky says, okay, the valet's brought back my car. Everyone have a good evening. Sharky, and on that note,
Shark.
We've ticked over 12 o'clock. I've finally caught up with the comments. This guy over here, this is Disco from Rasco and Disco's Beer Reviews. If you guys don't know who he is for whatever random reason, you don't know who this man is, go over and see his channel. It's Rasco and Disco's Beer Reviews on YouTube. Put Rasco in, RASKO, it'll pop straight up. Go and give Sean some love.
Go first.
Leah Miles says, see you, Shark. We're going to say goodbye. Thanks so much for coming in, guys. If you haven't subscribed to me or Rasco and Disco, please hit that subscribe button. We really appreciate it. And yeah, we really
absolutely
we do appreciate it. Thanks for coming in and showing us some love. We're off now to go and enjoy our weekend. And we will see you very, very soon. Anything to say, Disco?
I'd say thank you very much for the shout out. Cheers, Mark. Cheers, everybody in the chat.
No worries.
It's been a good few beers and a good laugh tonight.
It has been. See you later, everybody. Take care.